Gave us a lot of time for guys to get fully healthy and recover from the season, and also, we've done a great job of just growing our understanding of what we needed to work on and changed our game, and we're able to fix the things that we maybe had a deficiency in the season. So it's been really fun. I've done a lot of looking back and understanding what I need to do as a player, how to grow. So I'm excited to get out there and play and test those things out.
What was it like this season? Obviously coming off the injuries a year ago, had the injury in camp, had to sit out in North Carolina, but staying pretty healthy. Obviously you were dealing with a few things as the season went along, but what do you think the key was to just staying ready and getting your body in the right place all year?
I think that the main thing was just being around our training staff. They did a great job of helping me throughout the year. Obviously there's going to be bumps and bruises. It's football. That's stuff you have to play through and stuff that you have to just deal with as a football player, especially at the running back position. Coach Nick talks a lot about embrace the physicality of the position. So, a nick and bruise is nothing when you're out there playing. Obviously there's things that I went through last year that I couldn't play through.
Right.
But, a lot of it was our training staff helping me just stay healthy, keeping me moving, doing different things to just rehabilitate my body as the season was going on. And then also, it's just playing through those small nicks and bruises and things that happen throughout the season.
So last game with Max Brosmer coming up. Can you give us a sense of what it's been like just to play with him this season and what you guys were able to do offensively?
I think that's been great. He's a great leader. Like we've said all year in every interview I've done, I've said pretty much the same thing. He's a great leader. He's done a great job of bringing his team together and growing us as a program. I think that, with this being the last game, it'll be tough to see him go. He's done a great job this year and has really grown our team. Everybody can see it. We played at a little bit of a different level this year on offense. I think that he did a great job of boosting us, and I think the main thing was his leadership and understanding of the game and how cerebrally smart he is when it comes to what we have each week, and he's able to help other guys grow in that area too.
Do you hope how the offense was this year, where obviously you're going to get the ball out of the backfield, hands off, but you're also going to catch a lot of balls? Do you kind of hope, okay, now we've done this, now we've shown this can be a part of our offense, whether it's Drake Lindsey or whoever next year, that you catching the ball out of the backfield can stay a big piece of this offense?
Yes, that's something that I want to do. I do want to catch the ball. I haven't really thought about next season very much. I'm more so just focused on this game. But I'm sure we'll figure out ways to give me the ball and just I'll do whatever it takes to win. So whether it's running the ball, catching the ball, whatever I have to do, you have to throw the ball. Whatever it takes to win. I'll go back at quarterback and just sling it around. But whatever it takes to win, I'm just here for the team. So, I'm not necessarily focused on next year, but, that would be great to catch the ball and also run the ball.
So speaking of being there for the team, you've always, from my perspective, been a popular teammate, but maybe none more so than a social media video I saw a couple of weeks ago where you said, we're going back to the locker room, we got headphones for everybody. Mm-hmm. Take us through how that whole thing came together and how you were able to do that for everybody.
I was just contacted by J-Lab Electronics. Me and Mike Gerald actually were contacted. We both did that event for the team. We collaborated on that, talked to Coach Fleck, and he helped us with the setup and how we were going to hand them out when we would announce it. But we set that up with them, and they were really excited to get us our headphones and help the team out, along with have our social media posts that we had to do. But it was great.
Yeah.
I love the headphones. It's really cool to have something like that and also provide the team with something. It's cool to bring the team together. That just brings camaraderie right there, just something different that you might not have every year, but that's really cool.
Lastly, Virginia Tech tonight, we don't know really who's playing, who's calling the defense. These bowl games kind of get weird. Mm-hmm. So what's the preparation been like for the Hokies, and what's important tonight?
I think that the biggest thing has been focusing on us. Just focusing on executing under the pressure of the situation. I think that we've done a great job of understanding what they do and what we do. And then the biggest thing is going to be in-game adjustments to where, if there's something different that we need to adjust to, we will do so. And I think that we haven't done a lot of focusing on necessarily them and their coaching staff and who will be calling the game. It's more so been what they've done, and just like we do every other week, their scheme and how we're going to handle certain situations. And the biggest thing will be situational football, and then also, making those in-game adjustments to where we need to and what we need to do.
Appreciate the time as always, man. Good luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
The Quick Lane Bowl MVP from a year ago, Darius Taylor here in Charlotte, looking to have another nice bowl season and another nice bowl game here at the Duke's Mayo Bowl in Charlotte. We'll give you the Minnesota-grown athlete for bowl season when we come back, and then PJ Fleck. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
With the Golden Gophers, every touchdown is more than just a touchdown. It's a testament to the teamwork, elbow grease, and can-do attitude it takes to make it to the end zone. And while our fields aren't the kind you throw passes on, Case IH knows every successful farm is more than just a farm. It's the product of top-notch tillage, planting, harvesting, hay, and forage equipment at the hands of hardworking growers. Settle the score with superior tools by visiting your local Case IH dealer or go to caseih.com/Gophers. Go Gophers!
Minnesota soybean farmers are opening the playbook this season to tackle harmful PFAS chemicals by investing soy checkoff dollars into soy foam, a bio-phased fire suppressant made with soy flour and zero PFAS chemicals or forever chemicals. We can't lose when farmers are protecting the environment and fire responders while also growing demand for soy. Learn how the soy checkoff protects Minnesotans' blind side and scores touchdowns for the economy by visiting mnsoybean.org.
How much can you save when you shop Cub? Let's just say you might need a bigger cart. We've lowered prices so you save more. On Essential every day, it's easy to see the savings. Across the aisles, from pantry products to frozen foods to delicious dairy and more. Your family will love it, guaranteed, or your money back. Shop Cub and save today. My Cub, my way. See store for details.
At Western National Insurance, we're passionate about the power of nice. That's because nice isn't just a word. It's our way of doing business. It's about surpassing expectations, bringing kindness and decency to our work, and providing a helping hand when you need it most. And we've been putting nice first for more than a century. Find out just how powerful nice can be. Contact your independent insurance agent today and ask for Western National.
Today's Duke's Mayo Bowl is presented by Cub. This is Gopher football from Learfield.
With a Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. See Home Club for details.
Minnesota Gopher Premium Suites are your ticket to unforgettable game days.
Steps into the circle, he scores!
Enjoy exclusive amenities, prime views, and a private space to cheer on the maroon and gold with friends, family, or clients. Whether you're closing deals or making memories, a premium suite takes your Gopher game day experience to the next level.
Elevates for a three. Got it!
Don't miss out. Suites are limited. Visit gophersports.com/premium. Elevate your game day experience.
You can guarantee yourself a Minnesota maroon and gold win when you sell your business with Sunbelt Business Advisors. Sunbelt is a local alumni-owned company and proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Sunbelt provides business owner brokerage services to small businesses as well as mergers and acquisition services for companies up to $150 million in revenue. Are you thinking about selling? Sunbelt can help you make the most from your life's work. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com for a free confidential value range. Minnesota's largest seller of companies. sunbeltminnesota.com.
We all know the importance of nutrition and diet for a healthy lifestyle. We also know dairy foods provide great nutrition and value. That's reason enough why Gopher families choose Prairie Farms dairy products, like our whole milk yogurt and cottage cheese. They're rich and creamy, packed with protein, and great for snacking any time of day. Visit prairiefarms.com for recipes, coupons, and more information about our award-winning dairy products. Support Minnesota dairy farmers and choose to drink local with Prairie Farms.
Welcome back to Charlotte, North Carolina, Minnesota, and Virginia Tech. It's the Duke's Mayo Bowl. It's time for our affiliate salute presented by Minnesota Corn. Using university research and advances in technology, Minnesota corn farmers are driving towards sustainability. Learn more at mncorn.org to find out how Minnesota corn farmers consider people, planet, and profit in becoming the most sustainable farmers in the country. 10 seconds on the Gopher Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Gopher pregame show presented by Cub. I'm Justin Garb from Charlotte, where the Gophers take on Virginia Tech. Coming up just after 6:30 Central tonight, it's the Duke's Mayo Bowl, and it's time now for our Minnesota Grown segment, where we talk to a student athlete that stayed home and played for the Golden Gophers. Our Minnesota Grown segment is presented by Bushel Boy, Minnesota Grown for over 30 years. With the Minnesota Grown athlete for bowl season, here's the voice of the Gophers, Mike Grimm.
With Danny Strigo now playing in his final game as a Golden Gopher, and you and I talked the pregame, was that for the Wisconsin game, or I can't remember now, but you talked about how it was winding down, it was starting to hit you. So now I'll re-ask the question, how's it hitting you here as we're right on game day?
I mean, it definitely hits a little stronger, but it's been a very enjoyable past couple days, being able to spend the time here in Charlotte and get out, do some cool things, and especially just spend some time with my teammates, being able to soak all this in for the last time.
These type of games, as it's the last game of the year, I often remember hearing players talk about, it's the last time with my guys, it's the last time with my brothers. These are friends for life. And when you guys think about what your particular class went through, COVID and different things throughout, different bowl games, winning them all up to this point, what kind of things do you think you and your buddies will talk about when you come back 10 years from now, 15 years from now, and get together and maybe walk out of that tunnel with the then current group of Gophers who might be 2 years old now?
Yeah, I think it'll be, the moments and memories of, the events we did, the laughs we shared, not necessarily the scores of the games, but, certain plays, certain people and being able to share the memories, just like, I think that's one thing that's great about bowl events and the bowl experience is being able to, do things for the first time. And I think that being able to share those experiences with guys in the team only strengthens our relationships. And so I think we'll look back on, certain plays, certain situations, not necessarily the game as a whole, but, things that we went through together.
Speaking of first-time experiences, my hunch is on Wednesday when you guys went around that stock car track here in Charlotte, the 1.5 mile Charlotte International Motor Speedway at 160 miles an hour. Was that a first for you?
That was a first, and that was a bucket list thing for me. I felt like, I just said this earlier, I felt like the kid watching Cars for the first time again. Man, I was like jumping around. I had a smile on my face for probably 2 hours straight. It hurt after that, but that was awesome.
What was it like? So just crawling in that window, so for people who just joined us, it was a ride along. You basically were in the passenger seat. It was a professional driver, thank goodness, and going that kind of mile an hour up against that banking. The track is steep. So what was it like from the time you crawled in? How was that? And then the experience and then crawling out of that thing? Yeah,
so I was one of the first guys to go. They initially, sent the first wave out, found out the track was a little slick, so I got into the car, and then they held us off for about 20 or 30 minutes to go dry the track off. And so I got some time to, get to know the driver, talked about his experience and, how he got into racing, and, we talked a little bit, and, the nerves kind of settled. They were excited nerves. It wasn't like I didn't have any trust. I was like just so ready to go. But then climbing in that tiny window, they're not built for offensive and defensive linemen, that's for sure. But getting in there, sitting in there is a super cool experience, just being able to see the car and then starting it up and taking off around the track. It was awesome. It looks fast, it sounds fast, and it feels fast inside the car, and it was awesome. Seeing, you think about driving on the highway, and then you take that times 2 or 3, and then you see these drivers, and they look as casual as can be, and they're like, you got to think they're doing that for 4.5 hours, doing 40 miles an hour faster. So it was just a really awesome experience.
Are you a NASCAR fan, or is this kind of a first for you in terms of hopping and paying attention to what these cars are like?
I'm a car fan. I wouldn't say that I avidly watch NASCAR. I know a few guys that do, and I've watched a few races, but I wouldn't say I'm a huge NASCAR fan. But I love cars and motors and driving. I asked if I could drive. They said no. But the answer is always no unless you ask. So, but yeah, it was just an awesome experience.
Let's talk some football now. This Virginia Tech group comes in, and there's some mystery, right, as to what you guys might see on really both sides of the ball. But since you're playing defense, let's talk about the Virginia Tech offense. How hard has it been to prepare, not knowing for sure who's going to play quarterback and who will be playing receiver or up front and all that? And what has the key to the preparation then been when there is mystery involved?
Yeah, that's the tough thing about bowl games is that, with the portal window opening so early and, all these rosters being different, some teams are losing up to 20 guys before they even have a chance to play in a bowl game. So it's tough to piece together which physical body is going to be there, but you're still able to get some tendencies and tips based on the whole season. And obviously you get a month to prepare, or over a month to prepare. There's going to be new nuances and new wrinkles into their offense, so it makes it pretty tough to game plan. You kind of see it as similar to the first game of the season, where you've got a lot of time to prepare, but it is nice having 12 games worth of film on them to be able to learn from.
Is it too one of those deals where at some point you just have to kind of fall back on the basics, the fundamentals, what you guys hang your hat on, and then adjust from there?
100%, yeah. You try to get as many looks with as many play calls as you can, just to see how it's going to fit up, how it'll play out, what we like, so that when we see it in the game, or if we see it in the game, we're ready for it. We've called it.
Well, very good. It has been really fun watching you. Best of luck the rest of the way, and let's cap it off with a nice win here in Charlotte.
That sounds good to me. Thanks.
All right, there he is, Danny Strigo, Long Lake, Minnesota.
Thank you, Grimmer, and thank you, Danny, our Minnesota-grown athlete this week. As we are here at the Duke's Mayo Bowl, it's presented by Bushel Boy, Minnesota-grown for over 30 years. PJ Fleck is next. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
All the special interests are represented in St. Paul, but who speaks for you? Center of the American Experiment does. Our policy fellows dig into the tough issues that matter to you and offer common sense solutions on education, taxes, crime, and energy. American Experiment is the trusted, nonpartisan voice of Minnesotans like you. We are working every day to make Minnesota a better, safer, more prosperous place. We are American Experiment. Go to americanexperiment.org to learn more.
I love watching my child grow through football, learning values and life skills that extend beyond the playing field. Now, there are more ways to play than ever before, from flag to tackle and beyond, with opportunities for boys and girls at any age. To find the right team, explore futureforfootball.com's new league locator tool and explore nearby leagues. It's never been easier to get your family involved in the game.
The game against Iowa on September 21st recognized the 12th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day at Huntington Bank Stadium. Both the game broadcast and the presentation inside the stadium celebrated the tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. Gopher fans, we can all be proud of the continued efforts, results, and talented people that work in these industries to provide a sustainable food supply with so many changing variables. The Gophers would like to thank the presenting sponsors of this event: CHS, Compeer Financial, Undeniably Dairy, and Beck's.
New year, new looks, new comforts, new you. Reset your home at the New Year sale at Slumberland Furniture. You'll get up to 50% off list prices. Buy the Silas sofa for just $697 and you'll get the matching chair free, or a sectional with lots of seating for just $795. A comfy reclining sofa for just $555. Get a Sealy Queen mattress starting at $149. And our 365-night sleep guarantee. The New Year sale at Slumberland Furniture. See store for details.
Today's Duke's Mayo Bowl is presented by Cub. This is Gopher football from Learfield.
We are gathered here to... what's with the blanket?
Oh, it's my Securian blanket. It's an unsubtle metaphor for the security I feel knowing I have smart insurance and retirement solutions from Securian Financial.
I see. And sir, do you also trust Securian Financial with your insurance and retirement solutions?
I do.
Prepare for your future. Talk to your employer, affinity group, or a financial professional to get started. Learn more at Securian.com.
Insurance issued by subsidiary companies. Securian Financial Services. Member FINRA.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Take a playcation to Mystic Lake. With 24/7 gaming, the good times never have to end. And you can satisfy your cravings at our restaurants and bars. Or relax in one of our luxurious hotel rooms. Those that play together, stay together.
And don't forget to join Club M so you can spark new memories and bask in the rewards along the way. Follow the lights to Mystic Lake, where every day is play day.
This is Mike Grimm for Washburn-McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services with 18 Twin Cities locations. Washburn-McCreevy is celebrating more than 165 years of serving Minnesota. When the time comes to remember a loved one and to celebrate life, let Washburn-McCreevy guide you. Go to washburnmccreevy.com to find out more. Since 1857, Washburn-McCreevy and the Golden Gophers, proud of the tradition they've established. Welcome back to the Golden Gopher pregame show. We're getting ready for the Duke's Mayo Bowl here in Charlotte. Time to talk this game over with the head coach, PJ Fleck, sponsored by the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, reminding you that a DWI could cost you about $10,000 and much more. That's a sobering reality, so drive sober and drive smart. And, Coach, let's first talk about the week here in Charlotte. You guys got out here Monday, and in addition to football, it sounds like you guys had some other fun and important things that you got to do.
We did. Great moments and memories with this team and continued to connect. I thought the Duke's Mayo Bowl did a really good job. Danny Morrison and his entire staff. What great hospitality the Queen City had for us all week. Got to be in a NASCAR event, which there's nothing like it. I mean, I've done some really cool stuff in my life. That was one of the most thrilling things I've ever done, and it's as good as advertised. I don't know how those guys do it in NASCAR in India, but they're a special athlete, that's for sure. We were able to, have a shopping spree. The players did a really good job with that. Did some charity serving and giving as well, and I thought the bowl had a really good balance of activities for the players, but also a lot of free time too, where the coaches could see their families and players could explore the Queen City. But everybody treated us so well. The hospitality was great, and now we're at the game, so this is why we came here.
To win a football game for sure. I want to talk football in a second, but I do have to ask you about this ride-along where you got into the passenger seat of this NASCAR, and you talk about sensory overload, right, between the sound of that engine as they come up through the gears and the burning rubber. And in your case, it sounded like it was really burning rubber. They actually spun out, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I was the first car to go out, and we get into turn 3. There must have been something slick on the track, 100 and X miles an hour. I have no idea what we were, but we spun out about 2-3 times, smoke in the cockpit, tires blown, and I thought it was part of the experience. I even told the driver that was awesome. He's like, "Yeah, that's not supposed to happen," and flaps were coming up. And we were kind of stopped on the track, and Coyle was actually behind me. And have you ever seen Days of Thunder where they say drive through the smoke? Yeah. There was smoke, and Coyle said his driver said we're going right through it. So in real life, you drive through the smoke. Thank God he didn't hit us. We were able to go to the pits, had a little delay, went back out there, and had a great ride along. But I got the full NASCAR experience, from the pits to the wipeout to the changing the tires to actually the thrill of going around 4 laps.
And your quarterback's engine blew up.
It did. I'm not sure how that happened, but it did. They must have been pressing it a little too hard. So, but it's unbelievable. Yeah. Just listening to those guys talk about those cars and how finicky they really are, but how powerful they are at the same time.
All right, let's talk some football. You had a good week. You got here Monday. You've been working out at a high school field here locally. How did you like how your guys practiced?
Oh, I loved how they practiced. First of all, Country Day was so good to us. Coach Drew did such a great job of helping us out. The hospitality was great. Got to practice on some grass, which was really cool. But it was a great facility. It was truly first class. Our equipment staff did a great job. But I thought our players practiced really hard and did a lot of the majority of the prep at home. But, finishing off a few practices here I thought was really good for us. And I thought they practiced well and set tonight up for a chance for us to be 1-0.
When you were with Guardsy and I back home for the coaches show, which was now a couple of weeks ago, you were, I think, just half joking, but there was some truth to it that you might not know exactly who's going to be available and ready to go until the day of the game. So here we are, the day of the game. Are you pretty well set now on how it might look?
Yeah, I think so. Unless somebody pulls a Muhammad Ibrahim at halftime or something like that last year, or a Terrell Smith a few years ago. That wasn't last year; it was a few years ago. But I think that's part of bowl prep and bowl season. I mean, you got guys that are playing. Virginia Tech's got guys that are playing and not playing. We got guys that are playing or not playing. But it's, those guys make those choices. I don't make those choices for them. We lost one guy that had significant playing time in the portal. Other than that, we've got everybody here. Have a bunch of opt-outs, but that's a good thing. It's their choice. Head coach I don't think should determine whether somebody plays or doesn't play. That's truly up to the student athlete and their family and what they're prioritizing. And everybody's story is different. We had a few guys get surgery at the end of the season, and some we thought would make it back, some haven't. Some did and did make it back. So just all part of it, but there's a lot of good things happening when you got guys opting out or not playing because they're going to the NFL.
Yeah, no question about that. And then on the flip side, Virginia Tech, it sounds like, not sure who is going there. How hard was that preparation for you guys to kind of have an idea what to expect tonight?
It still is. I have no idea what we're actually going to get. So you're going to find out just like I'm going to find out. It's difficult when they have a new defensive coordinator, shuffled some things up on offense. Quarterback played one game at Virginia, and we know he's a scrambler and a good thrower and can move all around. And you got to really shrink the pocket and keep discipline within the pocket lanes. And we really have no idea tendencies or even some of the players that are going to play. But when all of that is up in the air, it all comes back to blocking and tackling and the fundamentals, taking care of the football, getting takeaways. It comes always back to that. So we got to play really, really sound football.
Gophers have won 7 straight bowl games. You're 5-0 in bowl games here. What is the secret? What's the key to having that success?
We don't really talk much about the streak or anything like that because every team's different. This team's just looking to be 1-0. I think preparation is really critical, a critical piece of it. I think having players really want to be involved in playing bowl games is a part of it. But Virginia Tech wants to be here. We want to be here. It's going to be a heck of a football game, and anybody can win this one.
You mentioned 1-0 this season. The Vikings have started to catch on to that. Have you seen that? Are you going to charge royalties to the pro football team in town? They're doing the 1-0 thing too now.
Nah, it just sounds way smarter coming from Kevin's mouth than it does mine. I think it's way more attention.
Yeah, very good. Well, let's do 1-0 tonight.
You bet. Can't wait. Row the boat, Sky, Mago Gophers. Thanks for the great year, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you as well, and it's always fun watching Gopher football. We got one more chance here tonight. Kickoff is on the way. He is the head coach, PJ Fleck, and this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Programming is supported by Flint Hills Resources, a leading producer of the transportation fuels Minnesotans rely on every day. The Wildlife Habitat Council has named Flint Hills Resources its first ever certified gold site in the Twin Cities. They award the annual designation to companies that provide meaningful habitat and species management and education programs around the world. For more information about the Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery, including exciting employment opportunities, visit pinebendrefinery.com.
The game against Iowa on September 21st recognized the 12th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day at Huntington Bank Stadium. Both the game broadcast and the presentation inside the stadium celebrated the tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. The Gophers would like to thank the following participating sponsors: Ag Country Farm Credit, Bushel Boy Farms, Hormel, Minnesota Biofuels Association, Minnesota Corn Growers Association, Minnesota Soybean, and Brownfield Ag News for their continued support.
A happier way to healthcare starts with Coop Health, a proud sponsor of Gopher football. Coop is a health plan with no deductibles or complicated paperwork. Members can easily search for high-quality, low-cost providers and look up the price of medical services ahead of time. Members also receive one monthly statement with flexible payment options. Ready to switch gears? Visit coophealth.com for more information on how you can take control of your healthcare journey.
Wouldn't it be great if every time you bought a cup of Holiday coffee, you got credit toward a free cup? And wouldn't it be great if that worked on other stuff at Holiday too? Well, join the club, Holiday Rewards. It's so easy. Just enter your phone number at checkout and you're in the club. We'll track your purchases toward free fountain drinks, coffee, cookies, sandwiches, hot dogs, and more. So don't forget to enter your phone number at checkout to join the club. Holiday Rewards, here for you at Holiday. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Today's Duke's Mayo Bowl is presented by Cub. This is Gopher football from Learfield.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like asterisk-free checking, an account that's filled with features, but no monthly maintenance fee, no matter what. Because it's your money, right? So we think you should keep it. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Hey, Twin Cities, is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney.
At CHS, we know what it takes to feed and fuel the world.
to integrate a global ag and energy supply chain, to advocate for farmers in their fields and around the world, to build communities, invest in rural America, and empower rural economies. It takes courage, conviction, commitment. It takes the nation's leading farmer-owned cooperative. It takes a co-op. It takes CHS.
TimberTech and TimberTech.com not only are the best in the business, but the decks they develop and the decks they build are the highest of quality. In fact, you will endure a lifetime of happiness with that deck with TimberTech. So ask for TimberTech when putting together your next project, and that also can include porches. TimberTech.com is where you find the free samples. Once again, start at TimberTech.com.
What's poppin'? Justin Jefferson here.
Football is a lot of explosion, a lot of energy and attitude.
It's a whole different vibe with these open earbuds. It's like you're in the moment, but also you can hear everything around you. You can be involved.
To have good sound and to be so light on your ear means a lot to me. Putting that music into my ears.
You feel good enough to go out there and play.
You turn on that switch, no one can stop you.
For more, check out Bose.com.
This has been the Gopher Pregame Show, presented by Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics. Also brought to you by M Health Fairview. Masonic Children's Hospital was once again recognized as the top hospital for children in the Twin Cities. Visit mhealthfairview.org to learn more about our comprehensive, compassionate care for kids. Shields, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Minnesota Lottery, are you game? Just say, I'm in. And by Securian Financial, insurance and retirement solutions for individuals, families, and businesses. Get ready, it's the Dukes Mayo Bowl, coming up next on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield. And now a look at the road to the Dukes Mayo Bowl. Rhode Island.
All right, so the Gophers now want to keep the shutout intact here for the first half. And it's a hit, and it's a fumble. Ball's on the deck on a sack, and Minnesota's recovered.
Nevada.
Here is Taylor stepping out of one, stepping out of two. He is off to the races. Midfield, far sideline 40. A man to beat, waits for the block, crossing the field to the 10. Lowering his shoulder and leading in 81 yards. No flag, touchdown.
USC.
Back to throw, Moss, pressure comes, hit, ball popped out, intercepted, Devin Williams on the pressure from John Joyner. They quickly huddle it up with everybody behind Brosmer again. They snap it, they sneak it, he is in! Touchdown, Minnesota Golden Gophers! Working toward the end zone, it is intercepted! Toys, parents in the end zone! And Minnesota has knocked off USC. It's a field rush at Huntington Bank Stadium. The celebration is on.
UCLA.
So one final Hail Mary. Let's see if the Gophers can pass rush Garbers. Garbers from his own 40, rolling left. Now he heaves it towards the center of the field. Lots of bodies down there. Parrish has the interception. His second of the night. And Minnesota has wrapped it up in the Rose Bowl.
Maryland.
It is a handoff to Taylor. He weaves his way left down the sideline. He breaks free down the sideline. Gets a block to the 20. Center of the field. He is gone. Touchdown. 51 yards.
Illinois.
From the 16-yard line. This is a fireable. I mean, you can fire it into the end zone from here. Sack, fumble. And Strigo's got it. Joyner sacked him. Strigo recovered.
Wisconsin.
Play action. Blitz comes, picked up, throwing to the corner of the end zone. Gears, does he have it? Yeah! Touchdown! Jamison Gears! And Minnesota has a 3-touchdown lead in the third quarter in Madison. What a throw and what a catch. And there they go. The sprint is on. There's the axe. Jack Henderson and Ethan Robinson, the first two there. And Minnesota has claimed Paul Bunyan's axe, and it will head to Minneapolis.
It's the Dukes Mayo Bowl, live from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. Coming up next on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield.
10 miles an hour over the speed limit, 15 over, 20 over. It just might put you 6 feet under.
A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
Gopher fans, looking to take the family to a Gopher game this season? Check out the Cub Family 4-pack. Get 4 tickets, 4 soft drinks, and 4 mix and match soft pretzels and candy. All that and $5 off a $50 purchase at your neighborhood Cub. Go to gophersports.com/tickets and click on the Family 4-pack to learn more. That's gophersports.com/tickets.
The fan favorite ticket and beverage deal returns to Gopher men's hockey at 3M Arena at Mariucci this season. Get your game ticket and first beverage in one convenient package. Available for every Friday night Big Ten matchup. Get yours now at gophersports.com.
Let's go, locked in mentally. And that's perfect.
It's time for Minnesota Golden Gopher football on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield.
How about the
It's a field rush at Huntington Bank Stadium. The celebration is on. Minnesota 24, Southern Cal 17.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, proud sponsors of Gopher Athletics. Toyota, let's go places. And by Coop Health, the MVP of health plans and a proud sponsor of Gopher football.
Here we go. We're on the boat. Stadium out.
The Golden Gophers, the Hokies. It's the Duke's Mayo Bowl, live from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, here's the voice of the Gophers, Mike Grimm.
It's Friday Night Football on the Gopher Radio Network. You can hear the crowd in the background. The Virginia Tech Hokies making their way onto the field. They're just about 2.5 hours from here in Charlotte. It'd be like driving from Minnesota to Duluth or vice versa to watch your team play in a bowl game for these Hokie fans. The lower bowl is mostly full here at Bank of America Stadium, the home of the NFL's Carolina Panthers. Upper deck, nobody's up there, and a lot of those folks are wearing maroon and orange. Gopher fans travel too. There's some maroon and gold out here, Daryl Thompson. And where else would you rather be on a Friday night than a bowl game and the Gophers playing?
Hey, absolutely. No better place to be. And this is a fun community here. We only been here for a little bit, but it's been a good time.
No doubt. The Gophers are wearing their road whites with a gold helmet and gold pants. Same color scheme as the game in Madison where Minnesota won Paul Bunyan's axe on Black Friday. The Hokies, their home maroons with white pants and maroon helmets. And we are just about ready for the coin toss here. The Gophers' captain is Derek LeCaptain, and he will go out. The referee today is Jason Autry, and our coin toss is brought to you by Huntington Bank. Get to the bank, Huntington Bank Stadium. And let's listen in to the referee from the SEC, Jason Autry.
Congratulations on making today's bowl game. Virginia Tech, you're the home team. Minnesota, you're the visiting team, so you'll call it. This is heads. Heads. This is tails. This is tails. You're going to call it before we flip it.
Sir.
What would you like?
Tails.
He's called tails. Rebecca with Dukes is going to toss it for us. It is tails. You've won the toss. You're going to defer. You'll take the ball. You're going to kick this way, if you would turn, please. Minnesota has won the toss and will be kicking to the west end zone. Gentlemen, let's have a great ball game.
All right, so the Gophers win the toss. They'll move right to left as we look at it. We're stationed right about the 25-yard line in this very nice stadium. It's 29 years old. Came on board, of course, when the Carolina Panthers came into the NFL. Beautiful downtown area, as Daryl mentioned, just not too far away from the NBA arena here as well, just up the street here. And what what they call uptown. If you call it downtown, they look at you a little mean. You got to call it uptown.
Uptown. That's where we were at last night, uptown.
Uptown it was. Well, the Gophers are getting ready, and again, as we've said for a few weeks now, just not sure who's in, who's out. I think we've got a decent handle. We'll try to keep you abreast of everything. We're going to hear some names maybe we haven't heard much this year on both sides of the football, and we'll see how this game unfolds. We are paving the way to kickoff. It's sponsored by AVR. Promises made, promises delivered. AVR, delivering concrete to the Twin Cities and beyond. We want to thank Bill Frazier and Josh Edwards for their great support from AVR and their support of Gopher Athletics. Minnesota deferred, so they will get the ball to start the third quarter. Dragan Kesic is the Minnesota kicker, 66 kickoffs and 52 touchbacks. And here's one of the situations we're just not sure who's going to be returning kicks for these guys. Thomas Williams has returned 10 kicks. He is a guy available, so we're assuming it will be him, and we shall see. Indeed, it will be Thomas Williams. He has 10 kick returns, averaging 19 yards, but with all of the touchbacks, one would guess with the wind at his back, and it is a pretty good breeze, they could play a role here tonight, that Kesic will send this thing sailing out of the end zone. Allie Jennings is also deep. He's a receiver out of Richmond, Virginia, an Old Dominion transfer, and we'll hear his name in the pass-catching part of the contest tonight as well. So Kesic wearing the road white jersey, maroon trim, and the gold hat and the gold pants. We're ready to go here. Left-footed kicker bringing his left foot toward the football, and we are underway in Charlotte, North Carolina, the 2024 Dukes Mayo Bowl, even though we're in calendar year 2025, and the kick sails into the luxury seats with the wind at his back. He drilled that past the end zone, another 10 yards or so into those big, fancy, expensive seats. It's time for the opening drive, brought to you by the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, reminding you to drive sober, drive smart. A DWI could cost you about $10,000 and so much more. That's a sobering reality. Please don't drink and drive. We're ready to go. The starting lineup, sponsored by your local Northland Ford dealer. Pop Watson is the quarterback. He is making his second career start. He's got the snap, wants to throw, tucks, and now gets out of some pressure and has a positive gain. Could have been a sack, may have been a run all the way, and it's a 4-yard pickup for Pop Watson, who coming in had 50 rushing yards on 31 carries. Started the Virginia game. They won that game to earn their way into the bowl game here today. Had they not won that game, they would have been 5-7 and would have been at home. So a gain of 4, 2nd and 7 here early on. Coy Parrish, the starter, one of the safeties. Kerry Brown, the other. Devin Williams, a linebacker. Maverick Baranowski, a linebacker. Here's a handoff to the running back, Coney, and he is stood up by Jack Henderson after a gain of about 1. Henderson, the 5th-year senior, transfer from southeastern Louisiana. Kerry Brown helped out as well, the redshirt freshman. So the Gophers have created a 3rd down. And again, all these stats almost seem meaningless because there's so many different faces, but during the season, Virginia Tech on the year was 37% converting on 3rd down. Empty backfield now for the quarterback, Pop Watson. He's out of Springfield, Massachusetts, a redshirt freshman. The running back, Coney, now comes to settle next to him right in the backfield on 3rd and 5. Gophers in their standard 4-2-5 set. And now an extended count. They tap the helmet as to indicate they're going to change the play. Blitz comes from Henderson. Throw is behind his intended target. That was Aiden Green, and Baranowski forced the back throw, and the blitz came, and it forced an incomplete, and the Gophers have a 3-and-out.
Well, that was one of our keys of the game, Mike. If you can get pressure on a quarterback that has not played a ton, I know he's played in a couple games, started one, but you can get pressure on him, throw the ball, comes out a little bit hot there. He does throw a nice ball off his hot read, was to throw off of the blitzing defensive back or the receiver that we had off the edge there, but did a nice job and unable to complete that ball. Now we have an opportunity to get them on a 3-and-out, and that's what you want on the first drive.
And now you got to be careful here, too. The Hokies have hinted that they're going to run a whole bunch of trick plays, so you never know on a fake punt. Deep is Coy Parrish, standing at his own 27. And the punter, an all-ACC punter, Peter Moore, gets it away. Short punt. Fair catch called. Oh, and they run into the man, and it's recovered by Virginia Tech off of Parrish. And was that contact before? And let's see what the ruling is here. They're going to make an announcement here. They do say it's Virginia Tech ball at the 35. He came up to call a fair catch he was run into, but it may have been his own man, DT, that he ran into.
I think you might be right.
They were engaged, and his own man hit the returner. The ball was recovered by the kicking team. First down.
The ball was first touched by the receiving team.
They're still discussing this now. I think this will be Virginia Tech's ball. That's a correct rule. He hit his own man who was engaged in a block with Virginia Tech, and you're taught as a gunner, if you're engaged, you can just run that man right into the return man. This is going to be Virginia Tech ball and a tough break to start here for the Gophers.
Absolutely. A very, very
the ball
tough
was
break.
first touched by the receiving team, then recovered by the kicking team. By rule, it is dead at that spot. First down.
So it'll be first down Virginia Tech on the recovery. PJ Fleck is not happy, but that is the rule. That is one of the dangers when you come in to field a short punt, is that you're running into or near one of those guys that's engaged, and that's exactly what happened, Zaquan Bryant. Now, Zaquan Bryant may have been the recipient of an illegal hands to the face on that block, as his helmet ended up on the deck because they were pushing, the man that was pushing up on the helmet stripped the helmet off of him, but that was not called. So from the 40-yard line, a key early turnover here on the Golden Gophers. 30-yard differential here and the ball. And to throw, a blitz comes again, and the quarterback hit and sacked. No chance. Swarmed over by 3 Gophers, led by Maverick Baranowski, all the way back at the 46-yard line. Big-time play for Minnesota, and I think Corey Heatherman, the defensive coordinator, just might keep blitzing all night long.
I think blitzing number one, and Mike, we also talked about, they have 3 offensive linemen that are not playing in this game because they've opted out. They transferred, I think, LSU, and Auburn. So that's a big deal when you don't have your interior lineman and you got a young quarterback playing.
Their starting center's never played a snap in college football, a true freshman right now, Tommy Ricard. Here's a quick hitting pass this time out to Green on the left side, and he gets back the yards lost on the sack, and a good quick play there. You can't, if you blitz, it just isn't going to land quick enough. A gain of about 7. Ethan Robinson in coverage on Aiden Green, his 14th catch of the year, and it brings up a 3rd down and 10. Minnesota and Virginia Tech, no score here. We're early on, 12:40 to play first quarter. Gophers had a turnover on a touched ball on a kick return. 3rd and 10, they're 0 for 1 on 3rd down. The running back is Mason, Tyler Mason, and it's a fake pitch to him, and the quarterback hit in the backfield, and he is swung down by Devin Williams in a sack. It's a loss of 3. I think that was a run play all the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it will go down as a sack.
It looked like, that's what you want to do. You want to take a chance on him. You're going to have him beat the blitzer and be able to make a play. Unfortunately, on that play, he cannot beat the blitzer. Great job, Devin Williams, breaking down and making the tackle on that play.
So for the Virginia Tech Hokies, they have been 3 and out now twice, and they will be punting for a second time before Minnesota has even been able to take a snap, and it's still scoreless here in Charlotte in this first quarter. This kick is away. Parrish works to a fair catch, and he makes the fair catch at the 10-yard line, and that is where Minnesota will take over on 1st and 10 from the 10. The Gophers will have their first crack at it, a 32-yard punt. Mission accomplished for them as Parrish makes the catch, and they pin Minnesota at the 10. Max Brosmer will be the starter quarterback. Carroll and Lewis. Carroll the left side, Lewis the right side on the tackles. Beers the right guard. Tony Nelson out of Tracy, Minnesota, making his first career start at left guard. And Greg Johnson is the center. We'll see Brockington, Driver, and Spencer as the receivers, and Darius Taylor as the running back. Max Brosmer to get the start, and right behind him is Taylor. Under center, Brockington goes in motion from their own 10. Brosmer spins, play action, wants to throw. Spins, now he's flush from the pocket, rolling left, wants to throw, does. He's got Jamison Gears, and it's caught right on the sideline, but they say he was out of bounds, or did he end up bobbling it and dropping it? Incomplete.
It's too bad. That was a pretty nice ball there by Max, get it out. And I think that's one thing Max learned, how to use his speed just a little bit to get outside and to throw that ball. And unfortunately, he was sitting down right there. It looked like almost a first down. Too bad he couldn't reel that in.
Got to catch that. He's had he's got 25 catches. He's had a really nice year. He was my guest from here on Wednesday night on our podcast. But I guess if there's one area you got to make those catches. Remember, he had the one at UCLA on the first play as well that would have gone for big yards. 2nd and 10 now for Minnesota. 3 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left, no one in the backfield. Now coming to the backfield is Darius Taylor. No score early on first quarter, just about 3.5 minutes in. Brosmer to throw over the middle, caught. That's Nick Keller up the tight end. A gain of about 5 out to the 16-yard line, and he was swarmed over there by a host of Hokies.
Surprised we haven't seen Darius Taylor have an opportunity to have his hands on the ball yet this afternoon, particularly on a run, especially with this inexperienced Virginia Tech defense.
3rd down here for Minnesota. No score, 11:05 and counting. Empty backfield again for Brosmer. Gophers during the regular season 46% on third down. A straight drop out of the pistol. Here's a throw and a little bubble screen, and it's dropped. Incomplete. That was Taylor out of the backfield. I don't think he would have made the first anyway, as the Hokies were all over it. And Minnesota now goes 3 and out. So far, defense has ruled the day.
Yeah, defense and just a little bit of inconsistency with the offenses. And I both, a lot of times, Mike, when you have this much time off, there is a rhythm to playing every single week. You practice, you go into games, even if you're a little banged up, a little bit sore, there's a timing and everything else, and it just takes a little bit, really usually 1 or 2, probably the first quarter of a bowl game to get settled in.
Jennings is deep to return the punt. Their normal punt returner has opted out, so this is one of the early punts for him, punt returns in his career. Here's the snap back to Mark Crawford, and he has a low end-over-end kick. Good kick, though, backpedaling his ollie all the way inside the 30, and he goes up the sideline, and he's angled out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. Really good punt, and that flipped the field a little bit in terms of Minnesota from its own 16-yard line, and Virginia Tech will take over from its own 34-yard line. So far, Minnesota with 5 yards, Virginia Tech with 3 yards.
Pretty slow start here this afternoon. Both offensive lines taking a little bit of while to settle in and figure out what they're going to focus in on today.
44-yard punt for Mark Crawford. And here come the Virginia Tech Hokies. Pop Watson is their quarterback. He is 1 for 2 so far. He's rushed it 3 times for -4 yards, been sacked once. He wants to throw again. Pressure comes, flush from the pocket. He's quick. He escapes the pressure and gains a yard. And they had him bottled up. And it'll be a gain of 1. The stop made by Kerry Brown for Minnesota, the safety.
And Pop Watson, he doesn't do a tremendous job with ball security. So we got a chance to knock the ball out of his hands sometime today. He had it against his body pretty good there, but he does a lot of spinning and doesn't always know where the hits are coming from.
It did come to his hip, though. He had to pin it on his hip on that hit. Yeah. You're right. 2nd down and 9 after the gain of 1 on the scramble. And we'll see if they want to throw again. They do. Blitz comes again. He wings it near side. Green breaks a tackle, and he's got, does he have the first down? Nope, just short of the first down. So I thought it was going to be the first down of the night. Instead, Ethan Robinson missed the tackle, then went back and got the tackle, and it's 3rd and short. 3rd and about a yard from the 41.
Ethan Robinson just had such a great year. One pleasant surprise. 41 tackles, 3 picks coming into this game tonight.
Jeremiah Coney is the running back. They've given him the ball once for 1 yard. He needs 1 yard here. Somebody does for Virginia Tech to get the first down of the night. Jennings in motion. It is a handoff to Coney. Hit the backfield, but he spins forward, short of the first down. He gained nothing. It'll be 4th down. Parrish came in and run support. He was one of the Gophers there. Jackson Howard also stood him up from a defensive end spot. And let's see if the punt unit comes on. It looks like the punt unit will come on 4th and short. No score. We approach the 9-minute mark here of the first quarter, and again in a bowl game you got to be careful on a fake here.
Oh, absolutely, especially when it's this short of the yardage. You got to and we do have a little bit of a tricky formation here, so there could be something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they stack them 2 by 2 on the right side, no gunners on the left side, and now they shift back and 2 guys will move to the left. You got to figure they're setting that up to see how Minnesota responds, and
exactly.
Eventually, they may have an answer. Here's a chest-high snap. Taking his time is Moore, and another short kick, and a fair catch called, and that's Parrish out at the 28-yard line. And the Golden Gophers will have a very good field position for this second possession. So far, they've got 5 yards. Virginia Tech has 12 yards, and either team has a first down. Virginia Tech's had the ball 3 times. Minnesota now will have it a second time.
No, not a whole lot has happened so far yet, Mike, but I do feel like our offense is going to be able to settle in. I'd love to see just a few handoffs to Darius Taylor here on the stretch, on the sweep. Just get out to the outside, let that offensive line get in the flow and start working together.
1st and 10 for the Golden Gophers. Elijah Spencer wide to the left. Drake Lindsey is now in at a running back position, and now Brosmer will go out and come in motion. The snap is to Lindsey. It's a handoff left, and that is Taylor, and a little trick formation gains about 3 to the left, and Lindsey comes out of the game. At first I thought that might have been Coy Parrish, number 3, but it was Drake Lindsey, the backup quarterback, as he handed it off. Brosmer was under center, then circled back into the backfield in motion, and it's a gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. We'll get to JG after this play with his first Stephen Carey sideline report. Taylor stays in at running back. They're in the pistol set now. Brosmer waits for the snap, wide side of the right, 3 receivers that way. And it's a handoff again to Taylor, cuts it back, breaks a tackle, skips into the free, and he's got the first down of the night across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Caden Keller brings him down, but not before. It's a nice pickup and the first down. Let's go to JG on the Minnesota sideline.
Well, first of all, guys, first bowl game we've been a part of where they had to use the heated benches, the Carolina Panthers providing those. It is a little chilly down here, but it's also very windy. You mentioned the short punt for Virginia Tech. Those are absolutely getting buried because of the wind that's right in their face right now. Mark Crawford's punt heavily aided by the wind at his back. So the wind is absolutely a factor here so far.
Yeah, good report from field level. Remember, Kessich's kick went into the luxury suites with the wind at the back on the opening kickoff. First down. Here's a handoff to Mangum, getting his first carry of the evening and his first carry in a while. And he's across the 45 to the 46, a gain of about 3. Caleb Woodson, he is one of the starters that is in tonight. On defense, they only have 3 starters that started the last game of the season. Woodson and Keller are 2 of them. They are the 2 linebackers in what normally is a 4-2-5 set. Bud Foster, one of the all-time great college football defensive coordinators, going to be in the Hall of Fame. It's second down?
No, Drake is back in the game.
Drake Lindsey back into the game now. Thank you. And Brosmer is wide to the right. It is a fake pitch, and Lindsey wants to throw it. He's got gears, the tight end, and a first down into Hokie territory. Goes up high to hurdle a man and comes down hard, but it's inside the 40. Lovett forced him out, and it's to the 39-yard line is where they'll spot it. So a couple of different looks there. Thank you on helping me out. That
just love the wrinkles of the bowl game. Just, you get an opportunity to get Drake Lindsey in the game, get him some comfort, and maybe a little bit of the passing of the torch from Max to Drake. So fun to see.
Back to a traditional set. Under center now is Brosmer. Here's a quick toss to Jackson trying to get outside, or Taylor, I beg your pardon, and he scatters his way to a gain of about 4. Could have been a loss of 2. Boy, his footwork.
I'll tell you, but to hit that, we didn't get to talk about his first run.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a beautiful run. His penetration in the backfield, he bounces off him, gets his pad level underneath everyone, picks up 6 yards. That run should have been a -2. He picks up 4 yards. And you know what his body language right now tells me? He's going to get about 150 tonight.
Yeah, he had a big bowl game last year up in his home city of Detroit, coming off of a big Black Friday game where he had 143 in Madison in that win. Out of the pistol set to throw is Brosmer. Plenty of time, fires over the middle. Spencer on the run, spinning move to the 20, inside the 15, and tackled from behind at the 9. It'll be 1st and goal, Minnesota. Woodson brings him down, and the Gophers in a no-score game are looking to put a dent on that scoreboard here with 5:20 to play.
Outside of Daniel Jackson, Elijah Spencer, talk about someone who really evolved this year as a receiver. It is Elijah Spencer doing a tremendous job, a nice job there on that tight spin move, getting back up the field to get us into the red zone.
His 47th catch of the season. That's good for 26 yards. Lindsey now out of the pistol. He shifts to the left, and now it looks like it's going to be a direct snap to Darius Taylor, who waits for it. He has it. Reverse now to Brosmer. He throws back to Taylor right side, and he is tackled for a 1-yard loss. Hokies not fooled there with another trickeration play, so to speak. Loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 10. Josh Fuga, the defensive tackle, just stayed home and was able to bubble the play.
Bad. It actually looked like he could have thrown the ball to Drake Lindsey.
I agree.
But I know the play was to go to. I'd rather have Darius running with it than Drake Lindsey, but it looked like there was more space for Drake on that play.
Lindsey has a walk-in touchdown.
Yeah, but that wasn't the way.
That wasn't the play.
Yeah,
and maybe Virginia Tech was aware of it. Who knows? 2nd down. In fact, they're going to spot it outside the 10, and it's a blitz coming. Brosmer throws. It is over the head of Callerup, who was open, but Brosmer was feeling the heat and had to get rid of it a tick early. And I'm not sure if Callerup thought maybe the intended target was not him. He looked to kind of shy away from it at the last second.
Or it's higher than it looks. Like, to me, like even on the replay right there, it looks like he couldn't. I mean, I don't know I don't think he could have jumped that high. The ball looked like might have been 12 feet in there when it might have looked to us like it was like 8 or 9 feet in there from here.
That happens. You're right.
Yeah.
But the way he kind of let the arm go, it almost indicated he thought maybe there was somebody behind him, and there ended up not being. So it's 3rd and goal now from just outside the 10. Brosmer and Taylor are in the backfield. 3 receivers left. Let's see if they blitz. And now there's motion. Both guys are pointing both ways now. Did somebody encroach first? That's the question. They're having a discussion. This is an SEC crew. Jason Autry is the referee. And there are 4 men there talking it over. Let's listen.
Ball start, offense. The center reached into the neutral zone, illegal movement. 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
Greg Johnson, the sophomore starter, started every game this year. He's out of Prior Lake, Minnesota. And now it's 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line. Didn't get a chance to finish my thought on Bud Foster, one of the all-time great defensive coordinators in college football history, was at Virginia Tech with Frank Beamer forever. He is helping tonight. He's the, quote, eyes in the sky, and he's helping call plays with the defensive backs coach, Sean Quinn. So 3rd and 16 here, and goal. Back to throw, Brosmer. Underneath to Taylor at the 11. Lost it, incomplete. Dropped the football as he was hit. And the Gophers will have to settle for a field goal, and that stinks because they had it 1st and goal at the 9 and went backwards on a couple of plays and then the penalty.
Really too bad. I think that one thing that Bud Foster recognized with our offense is we are going to throw the check down to Darius Taylor. Darius Taylor was covered on that one, so I think that's one of the things you're going to be able to have to take advantage of and probably push the ball to our tight ends, to our receivers on the outside.
Last year's Big Ten Kicker of the Year, Jergon Kesich. This year, 19 of 26. This will be a 33-yard attempt out of the hold of Mark Crawford, the spot of the ball on the right hash. And for the left-footed kicker, he'll have to angle it up toward the left. Snap is there, spot is down, the kick is up. Low line drive kick. Oh, and he hooked it. No good. Wide right. We had not seen anything like that. Even the misses for him were good misses. Long, towering kicks. But boy, did he mishit that one, and he hooked it right. It was just a line drive, never got up into the air. I don't know if it was a fumbled hold. It looked like the hold was good, and he just spun it right. We'll take a timeout. No score. 4:05 to play first quarter. We're at the Duke's Mayo Bowl, and this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our Built Wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
This is Mike Grimm, voice of the Golden Gophers. As a business owner, do you have a game plan in place to stay focused on safety and preventing claims? Let our team help support your business. Federated Insurance offers a customizable lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you continue your winning streak. At Federated Mutual Insurance Company, it's our business to protect yours. Proud sponsor of Golden Gopher Athletics.
Today's Duke's Mayo Bowl is presented by Cub. This is Gopher football from Learfield.
Golden Gopher athletes need optimum nutrition to play their best. That's why Thousand Hills Lifetime Grazed Beef is a dietary staple of all Golden Gopher athletes. Loaded with nutrients including omega-3 fatty acids, delicious grass-fed Thousand Hills beef is the protein that powers the Gophers. Thousand Hills Lifetime Grazed, the elite meat for the athlete in you. Find at your local food co-op or ask your grocer. LifetimeGrazed.com.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like early pay. Moving up payday so you could get your money faster. Up to 2 days faster. And there's no cost. It's your money, right? So stop playing the waiting game. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Hey, Twin Cities, is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney. Direct deposit and eligibility requirements apply.
No score, first quarter. Gophers drive the football down the field, 56 yards, but miss a 33-yard field goal, so it's still 0-0. Time to give an affiliate salute presented by Minnesota Corn. 10 seconds on the Gopher Radio Network. Using university research and advances in technology, Minnesota corn farmers are driving towards sustainability. You can learn more at mncorn.org to find out how. All right, Gophers and Hokies all tied up. We're just a little bit over 11 minutes, or just under 11 minutes into this football game. New quarterback now for Virginia Tech. He also has started 3 games this past season. Connor Schlee. He started the Duke game and got yanked out of that game. Injured as well in that game, and so he is in 26 of 49 on the year, 53% on the year completion percentage, 346 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. A little bit more of a drop back guy as opposed to Pop Watson. So from the 20, after the missed field goal, they spotted back out at the 20. And the Gophers defensively will now have Coleman Bryson in at safety. Here's a handoff to a running back trying to get outside left, and it's a gain of about 3.
Nice tackle there in space by Coleman Bryson to be able to come up from that safety spot, because there was a lot of room. He would have picked up a first down and probably quite a bit more on that play, but Coleman was able to bring him down for just a 4-yard gain.
Malachi Thomas was the ball carrier. We had to pause for a minute. Thomas entered the portal. We were told he probably wasn't going to play, but apparently he had second thoughts. Here is Schlee on a quarterback keep after a blitz forced him in the middle by Jack Henderson, and he ends up with a 3-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 3. So far, no first downs for Virginia Tech. They're 0 for 3 on 3rd down. In comes Jalen Logan Redding. Also into the football game is Devin Eastern from Minnesota. Strigo comes in. They bring a little bit bigger package up front, and Howard will come out. 3rd, and we'll call it a long 2. It's just under 3. Quarterback and running back in the backfield. In motion is Goswell. Mason, the running back, handoff to him. He's got the first down across the 30, brought down by Devin Williams at the 34-yard line. Tyler Mason, that's just his 4th carry of the season. He had played in just 1 game. Their top 2 rushers are out, opting out for varying reasons, and the Hokies have moved the football into its first down at their own 33. No score, 2:35 and counting here in this opening quarter in the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Really looked like we had an opportunity to make a stop on that play. The back was able to pick up the first down. Just got to be able to squeeze down inside and make that tackle.
3 new starters up front for Virginia Tech. 3 guys have opted out. 1 guy hasn't taken a snap all year, the center, and he snaps it to Schlee. The ball is, oh, what a catch over there by Green. He hurdles a man. A flag comes out behind the play, and he hurdles the guy and gets a first down out to about the 45-yard line. Aiden Green's 2nd catch of the night. That went from near sack, near interception to somehow a catch.
An incredible catch.
Oh, there's a bad hold.
Concentration.
I think this is going to be a hold on Jennings right at the point of the catch. That's the flag. That's why it wasn't an interception.
During the run, holding, offense number 1. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
This is going to be a near pick 6, and Jennings grabbed the defender by the waist to keep him from it, trying to see if that was Brian or not. And Eagle Eye back there, the field judge, saw that and made the call. That's Jay Brown. That was Brian. See that? He's going to go make a pick 6 probably, DT, if he doesn't get grabbed around the waist. That's how it ended up being a reception. So it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, and it's back to the 24-yard line. So instead of a gain of 12, it's a loss of, because it's the spot of the foul, it's a loss of about 9.
Well, I'm still using that in my highlight reel if I'm that receiver, the catch and the hurdle.
Pretty good athleticism there by Aiden Green out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Here is a little bit of a jet action. The handoff goes to Mason, and Mason has a gain of about 6 out to the 30. Host of Gophers there in the middle of it. Coleman Bryson, Zaquan Bryant amongst them. It'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Lucas Finnessy was in at defensive end. He comes out. Anthony Smith comes in. Jayante McMillan now has come in for Jack Henderson in a likely passing situation. 4 receivers set. Connor Schlee, the quarterback, drops back to throw, has time. Now the pocket collapses as he throws, but he's got a man, Aiden Green, all alone. He's behind the defense, 40, 30, inside the 20, crossing over to the 10, stays on his feet to the 5, and he's finally brought down at the 3. Coverage mess up there somehow. Ethan Robinson finally tracks him down from behind, but Aiden Green, it was like he came off the sideline. No one was anywhere around him.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things you're going to have, especially in a game like this when you have all the substitutions, the opt-outs, spots in the portal. A lot of people that have not used to communicating with each other, and I think we just had some of that in our secondary.
He was just about sacked. The pocket had started to collapse, and he went down the sideline on the home side and then broke a tackle at the 10 that Bryant couldn't bring him in, cutting back. 1st and goal from the 3. Taylor make that Tyler Mason, the running back. Schlee, the quarterback, did not start the game, but he's got them going. They're up to 99 total yards. Here's a pass into a bunch of traffic, and he threw it away as the pocket collapsed in the back of the end zone. Pressure from Anthony Smith, who's been on a tear. 6 tackles for a loss in the last 4 games. He ends up being the team leader by the time the season was over in both sacks and tackles for a loss. Let's watch the replay, DT, here. Find out what happened there that Aiden Green got so open as he kind of crossed and then just got lost. The safety, I think Coleman Bryson, went for the man in the middle, as did Zaquan Bryant, and that left Green all alone. Don't know who for sure that should have been to trail him, but nobody did.
Yeah, hard to figure out in that situation without knowing what their responsibility is.
Here's a quarterback keeper, got the block. It's a touchdown. Virginia Tech's out front, 6-0. What a drive by the backup quarterback, a UCLA transfer, 5th-year guy out of Maryland, Connor Schlee. And he has a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Hokies, with 8 seconds to go in this first quarter, have a 6-0 lead.
Well, Schlee doing a really nice job of using his legs. We didn't talk about, you said he's a pocket passer, but for the most part, he has done a great job with his legs on this drive. A few plays, being able to get a little bit extra time to find his receivers downfield.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a mix. You know, this Gopher team was preparing mostly for Pop Warner, or Pop Watson. Pop Warner, that'd be a tough one to match up with, but Pop Watson. And the kick is up, and it is good. John Love stays perfect, 42 for 42. And we have a timeout on the field, and the Hokies leading the Gophers 7-0 with 8 seconds to play in this opening quarter. It was an 8-play, 80-yard drive. Connor Schlee on a 3-yard touchdown, and it took 3:57. Longtime partner and official grocer of Gopher Athletics, Cub, is proud to be the local sponsor of this Duke's Mayo Bowl. It's in Charlotte. We're here. Back home, every local purchase of Duke's Mayo at your local Cub, there'll be a donation made to the Row the Boat Family Fund at M Health Fairview Masonic Children's Hospital. Row the boat, Sky Yuma, and go Gophers. 7-0 Hokies. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Minnesota soybean farmers are opening the playbook this season to tackle harmful PFAS chemicals by investing soy checkoff dollars into soy foam, a bio-phased fire suppressant made with soy flour and 0 PFAS chemicals or forever chemicals. We can't lose when farmers are protecting the environment and fire responders while also growing demand for soy. Learn how the soy checkoff protects Minnesotans' blind side and scores touchdowns for the economy by visiting mnsoybean.org.
You depend on CenterPoint Energy to deliver energy for what matters most to you, your neighbors, and throughout the land of 10,000 lakes, so we can all make a better tomorrow. That's why we're investing in the latest technology to reduce emissions, offer rebates on qualifying energy-efficient natural gas equipment, and provide energy-saving programs that help save you money. Look ahead at centerpointenergy.com/futuremn.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Hey, it's Guardsy for Affinity Plus, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Affinity Plus rewards you for all your banking. New puppy owners can earn points for chewed toys, plus points for new shoes, plus points for puppy class. Life math is complicated. Affinity Plus makes it easier. Visit affinityplus.org/go Gophers to learn more and become a member today. That's affinityplus.org/go Gophers. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Save money at the pump while helping Minnesota's economy and environment by fueling up with E15, also known as Unleaded 88. Unleaded 88 is a Minnesota-made renewable fuel that reduces emissions, lowers prices, and improves engine efficiency. Find one of Minnesota's nearly 500 gas stations offering Unleaded 88 at mnfuels.com or download the Minnesota Biofuels Locator app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today. Minnesota Biofuels Association, Minnesota-grown energy for today and tomorrow.
When you're out of town and want to keep up with live college sports, be sure to download the free Varsity Network app, available for both Apple and Android. Listen to college sports live with the Varsity Network app. Virginia Tech 7, Minnesota nothing. 8 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Gophers will receive the ensuing kickoff after the Hokie 80-yard drive. Let's go to JG with a Stephen Carey sideline report.
Yeah, just a quick injury update, guys. Ethan Robinson is in the tent, the senior defensive back. Looks like they're going to get him for some type of upper body injury. He was sitting on the training table waiting for the training staff to come over, and it looked like they were going to try to take his shoulder pads off to maybe deal with something under there. Before the sideline report eliminator, the tent was then propped up and put over him there. So we'll see. They're not working on anything lower body. Looks like an upper body injury for Ethan Robinson, trying to get him back in.
Yeah, and if he doesn't get back in, that's significant because they're already missing Justin Wally, one of the starters. If they'd miss both, then you'd start to really dive deep. Here's a sidewinding kick. Parrish takes it along the sideline at the 5. He wants to center the ball to the 15, waiting for his seam, and nothing develops. He's tackled at the 20, and that is all she wrote. Gophers sideline reports from Justin Garter, brought to you by Stephen Carey, Minnesota's original Know Your Rights injury attorneys, representing people hurt on the road, at work, or anywhere else. Visit knowyourrights.com.
Well, this is a pretty important drive, Mike. We always talk about, Coach Fleck talks about how you need to play and how you need to respond. I know it's just about the end of the first quarter, but we definitely need a response and some execution and completion on this drive and come out of this drive with some points.
For sure, as the Gophers have 2 receivers wide to the left, plus a tight end now, Nick Callerup, 1 receiver right, the wide side to the left. Callerup now shifts to the left. The running back is Taylor in the backfield. In motion now goes Christian Driver left to right. No Daniel Jackson on offense here for Minnesota in this game. Rosemer on play action, wants to throw. Final play of the quarter, going deep. Elijah Spencer's out there, but he overshot him. Too tall. He was open. He was behind the defense, but it was about 3 or 4 yards too deep. And it's an incomplete, and that will end our first quarter. Virginia Tech 7 and Minnesota nothing. We'll have second quarter football when we come back. M Health Fairview Pediatrics, comprehensive, compassionate care created just for kids, because the most important people in your world are their whole world. Learn more at mhealthfairviewpeds.org. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Playing the Minnesota Lottery is exciting, so here to tell you all about it is me. And to make it more exciting, I'll be using my movie trailer voice.
In a world where we all crave more play in our day, one woman's journey leads her to the convenience store. Coming this year, scratch games from the Minnesota Lottery. And you're gonna wanna play, because anything can happen when you say, I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues. Silverado, Trailblazer, Trax, and Blazer EV.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Current Chevy owners and lessees get $1,000 cash allowance on select popular Chevy models when you purchase. Visit ChevyDealOnline.com. Offer available on 2024 and 2025 Chevy Blazer, Silverado 1500, Colorado, and Trailblazer models. Must show proof of a current lease of a 2020 model year or newer Chevrolet vehicle, or be a current owner of a 2011 model year or newer Chevy vehicle for at least 30 days prior to the new vehicle sale. Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 3/3/25.
Marston is a full-service building maintenance provider servicing Gopher Nation since 1952. Marston has job openings throughout the Twin Cities area. If you have a valid Minnesota driver's license and a reliable vehicle, reach out to Marston to learn more about part-time and full-time opportunities in your neighborhood. Marston offers benefits and training and is an equal opportunity employer. Join our ever-expanding team of building maintenance professionals by visiting careers.marston.com or call 651-641-1717.
Live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football.
Minnesota trailing Virginia Tech after one quarter of play, 7-0. Gophers just 66 yards of offense in that first quarter. They moved it to the 9-yard line, had first and goal on the second possession, and then missed a 33-yard field goal. Virginia Tech then responded with an 80-yard drive after the missed field goal and went up 7-0. Gophers now with the ball at their own 20 on a 2nd and 10. Hey, this season, Minnesota Soybean partnered with Gopher Football to highlight the environmental impact created through the use of biodiesel, a soy-based fuel that powers the team's equipment truck all over the country. The total mileage traveled for away games this season, including this Duke's Mayo Bowl in North Carolina, equates to the impact of planting over 2,283 trees. Gopher Football is powered by biodiesel, cutting carbon right here, right now, and our thanks to Minnesota Soybean and Minnesota soybean farmers. Gophers have to kick it in gear here, DT, down 7-0 to start the second.
Absolutely need to kick it in gear, have some completions and some execution, finishing drives, and no more self-inflicted wounds here, at least in the first half.
Gophers with Max Brosmer alone in the backfield. Taylor is wide to the right. He'll likely come back and settle into the backfield if we've seen that earlier. And yes, indeed, he'll come in motion. He's going to stay in motion and now comes back to the backfield on 2nd and 10. Straight handoff to him. He is hit in the backfield and then tumbles forward, and he got a yard, nothing more. Now a little hand shoving there between a couple of guys. And on the stop for Virginia Tech was Braylon Johnson, backup safety. Just his 4th game. He's played in just 3 games all year, and that's part of what Virginia Tech's going through. These young guys, though, have been up to the challenge here for the Hokies.
They certainly have, and I think that we've seen some penetration in the backfield so far. Darius was able to defeat it on his first couple of carries. That was one of the few times there he was brought down almost in the backfield just for a 1-yard gain on that play.
Gophers are 0 for 2 on 3rd down. It's 3rd and 9 here. Taylor, the running back, 3-receiver bunch set to the left, 1 receiver to the right. That's Danielle Hayes. And Brosmer wants to throw. Blitz comes, throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. No flag. Yes, a flag does come down. Hayes was tackled as the ball was approaching. However, I will say this, his back was to the ball. I don't even know if he thought the ball was coming. And they're going to have a discussion here, these officials out of the SEC.
And they were engaged. It almost looked like Hayes there was trying to get into his route, but he was on his stem of his route, and they were just like in a little bit of a pushing match. So we'll have to see what the referees decide here.
There's a long discussion here, and now they're going to make the announcement.
There are 2 fouls by the defense. Offside, number 23 is declined. Pass interference, defense number 5. The ball will be placed in the spot of the foul and include an automatic first down.
Brent Pry, the head coach for Virginia Tech in year 3, not happy with the pass interference call. Let's take a look here, DT. It looks like he gets crunched at the line of scrimmage and then never did turn, but he was being ridden that whole time. That's got to be illegal.
You get the initial jam and you're kind of your 5 yards, but you don't get it after that, and he
kept with the engagement.
Yes.
Joshua Clark was the guilty party, the defensive back. First playing action in a while for him. So it's a first down by penalty for the Gophers. Under center is Brosmer. Running back is Jerem Mangum. He's at his 4th school at Minnesota. 8 to snap for Minnesota. Spinning, handoff to Jerem. He's got a nice hole, and he's into the secondary and a first down, diving across the 40 to the 42-yard line, a gain of 13. And that is a nice play for the Golden Gophers. And Mangum runs with some explosiveness.
He runs with some explosiveness, and like you and I were talking before the game, he runs with some violence, which is a good way to run, physicality, and people don't want to get in his way. He's almost 240 pounds, so he's not a guy you want to get in his way, and that's a great change of pace from Darius Taylor. He's averaging 6.5 yards per carry, Mangum is.
Yeah, and you're right. He's a big dude. Braylon Johnson paid the price at 6'1", 180 on the back end of that run. Gophers have moved the ball now out across the 40 to the 42. Mangum staying in at running back, has the handoff, stutter steps, trying to bounce it outside, and he breaks a tackle and gets out near midfield. That's a gain. We'll say it's the 48, so that's a gain of about 6 and a good first down run.
And Mangum's feeling it a little bit. If a guy's running and feeling good a little bit about himself, then you got to continue to feed him the ball. It looked like Darius had it going earlier, and he does have it going. But I'm sure that if you can get Mangum and Taylor going in this game, that's ideal. And it lets that offensive line settle in and lean on that defensive line.
Out of the pistol set on 2nd and 4. Mangum stays in. As you mentioned, Darryl, just 66 yards rushing all year, just 10 carries. But tonight, so far, he's done a nice job. Has a handoff right side again. Waits for a seam. Turns it up. He's got the first down into Hokie territory to the 47-yard line. A gain of 6. Caleb Spencer, the star, they call that. That's really the nickelback, the combo safety linebacker. And he is making his first start of the year. 24 tackles on the year in place of Keontae Jenkins, who opted out. But Mangum, now look, he's not the same size, but that run reminded me of an old Mo Ibrahim run where you're just jogging, waiting for that seam to develop, and he did a great job with patience to find the seam.
He did a really nice job with patience. Actually, some pretty darn nice blocks downfield by the offensive linemen and the receivers downfield. They deserve some credit for that.
Good to see Martez Lewis back out there. Was a starter last year, then lost his starting job early this year, and called upon here, and he has been a good job sealing that right side. Meanwhile, a handoff to Taylor, and not much. Got maybe a half yard behind that right side, so it'll be 2nd and 9, and a host of Hokies led by Panay, senior 285. He's out of France. Wilfred Panay.
It's a beautiful name, and great. It's a beautiful name.
Winifred. I mean, if there's any name that exemplifies a big defensive tackle, it's Winifred.
Yeah, Panay.
Gophers with Lanier as a receiver now, wide to the right. He's slotted now to the right, along with Lemeki Brockington, who's wide to the right. Bunch set left, 2 tight ends. Roseman now shifts back into a pistol set, 1 to snap, and did they get it off? They just did. Brosmer wants to run now, sneaks across or inside the 45, a gain of only 2. I don't know if that was a designed run or if he just didn't think the pocket was collapsing that quickly, but it's a gain of about 2.
Actually, I do think the pocket was collapsing kind of quickly, and there was just that one seam in there, and not going to, but Max's strength isn't running, so that's not where he's going to be, making his money. But he, right there, just couldn't quite break that last tackle to get out of there a little bit quicker, but probably made the right decision.
Gophers are 0 for 2 on 3rd down. Remember, they converted on 3rd down on a pass interference, and they have not qualified that as a conversion on 3rd down. In motion is Bierman, the tight end. Brosmer on 3rd and 7, wants to throw. Lofts one up for Brockington near sideline, and he makes the grab at the 10, and he's tackled. The ball pops out. Are they going to rule it a fumble? Let's see. It's picked up by Virginia Tech. He was tackled at the 10. They're going to say Minnesota ball. Brockington, I think, hit his head on the turf on that tackle. The training staff immediately sprinted out to him, along with the head coach, P.J. Fleck. Clark was in coverage and made the tackle, and you could see Brockington reach up and grab his helmet. I think his head hit pretty hard on that turf.
Really on the field is a completed pass for a first down. The receiver was down prior to losing possession. Timeout.
Those are scary hits when your head hits like that. And P.J. Fleck, I think, was the first man down there to make sure his guy was okay. They're still attending to him, the medical staff. And we'll take a timeout and get you all up to date when we come back. For the moment, it's Minnesota 1st and goal from the 10. This is all reviewable. We haven't seen a replay to know whether that was, down as they ruled or whether it was a fumble as he's spinning forward. Well, he was definitely down. The question is, did he complete the act of the catch when he hit the deck? And did he take enough steps?
It was his shoulder,
first?
Not his head. Hopefully it was, I don't want anything to be hurt, but it was, well, if it's his head, it's his head, but hopefully he's going to be all right. He will be all right.
Yep, he's popped up. We'll see if they review this. We'll take the break. In a hurry, don't worry. Cub delivers. Get fresh meat, produce, everyday essentials, and more delivered to your door. Cub is proud to support Gopher Athletics for over 20 years. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
When we say that Cub milk is the freshest in town, we mean it. Less than 48 hours from farm to store fresh. We guarantee 7 days or more of freshness. It all starts with local dairy farmers who take great care in making sure all the cows are happy and healthy. We support local farm families 365 days a year. And that makes our milk even more delicious. So you always get the freshest milk and the biggest smiles.
In the heartland, where ambition thrives, there are those who are made and those who are made for more. Just like the Gophers on game day, Kloss, a leading producer of ag equipment, unleashes the power of ambition in the field. Discover why our cutting-edge machinery and unwavering support aren't just a promise, they're a commitment to your success. Because at Kloss, we know you are made for more. Visit your Kloss dealer or CLAAS.com. Today's Duke's Mayo Bowl is presented by Cub. This is Gopher football from Learfield.
Bushel Boy tomatoes are growing right here in Minnesota, year-round, in ideal greenhouse conditions, so Gopher fans can enjoy garden-fresh tomatoes every game day. For over 30 years, Bushel Boy Farms has grown premium fresh tomatoes picked at peak ripeness, perfect for any tailgate favorite. Fresh from our backyard, Bushel Boy tomatoes are thoughtfully grown, picked ripe, and delivered fresh. Bushel Boy is a proud sponsor of Golden Gopher Athletics.
Wouldn't it be great if every time you bought a cup of Holiday coffee, you got credit toward a free cup? And wouldn't it be great if that worked on other stuff at Holiday too? Well, join the club, Holiday Rewards. It's so easy. Just enter your phone number at checkout and you're in the club. We'll track your purchases toward free fountain drinks, coffee, cookies, sandwiches, hot dogs, and more. So don't forget to enter your phone number at checkout to join the club. Holiday Rewards, here for you at Holiday. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Welcome back. Minnesota will have it first and goal from the 10-yard line after the Lemecki-Brockington catch of 35 yards. He got spun around, landed on his back, and then that head whiplashed into the back of the turf. We'll get an update on Brockington from JG, but we're just about ready for this first and goal play. Minnesota trailing here, second quarter, 7-0, 10:32 to play in this second quarter. Taylor, the running back, all by himself in the backfield. Under center is Max Brosmer. Tight end to the right, that is Jamison Gears. It's a toss sweep to the right, and they want to throw, and the throw into the end zone, and Spencer's got it! Touchdown! Elijah Spencer's team-leading 5th TD reception this year, and how about Darius Taylor throwing on the old halfback option, trickery, and a touchdown in Charlotte.
Plenty of trickeration here in the first half from the Lindsey plan to right now the halfback pass, and to tell you, he did a nice job of throwing that up high where only Elijah Spencer could go up and get it.
Braylon Johnson was the closest man there. Extra point now pending here for the kicker, Dragan Kesic. It wasn't the prettiest pass you'll ever see. I thought Spencer did a great job making the adjustment and making the catch too, DT.
He did a really nice play. And you know, you're not really going to get a lot of pretty passes out of halfbacks. Their shoulders are pretty worn out and things like that. And you don't throw the ball very much. You don't warm up going out there before you. It's like, we're going to halfback pass. You're like, okay, here it goes.
That's the first TD for Darius Taylor in terms of a pass this year. We are tied at 7, and the Golden Gophers are into the end zone with that first touchdown of the game. If you're game for a little excitement, just say I'm in and play the Minnesota Lottery. Elijah Spencer says he is in. A 9-play, 80-yard drive. It covered 4:45, and the drive summary sponsored by Affinity Plus. With this and all scoring drives this season, Affinity Plus donates $150 to Special Olympics Minnesota. Kesic's kick is good. It's 7-7, 10-18 to play second quarter. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
You depend on CenterPoint Energy to deliver energy for what matters most to you, your neighbors, and throughout the land of 10,000 lakes, so we can all make a better tomorrow. That's why we're investing in the latest technology to reduce emissions, offer rebates on qualifying energy-efficient natural gas equipment, and provide energy-saving programs that help save you money. Look ahead at centerpointenergy.com/futuremn.
Gopher fans, looking to take the family to a Gopher game this season? Check out the Cub Family 4-pack. Get 4 tickets, 4 soft drinks, and 4 mix and match soft pretzels and candy. All that and $5 off a $50 purchase at your neighborhood Cub. Go to gophersports.com/tickets and click on the Family 4-pack to learn more. That's gophersports.com/tickets.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Welcome to the Make It Jingle with Kris Kringle podcast. Today we're talking to Jan from Toyota, all about Toyotathon.
Hi!
So, Jan, got any red Tacomas?
Yeah, we have a great selection of vehicles, including Tacomas.
After my big job, I'm taking the missus down to Florida to go surfing.
Did you say Florida? Can the elves and I go too?
Dealer inventory may vary. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 6th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
The fan favorite ticket and beverage deal returns to Gopher men's hockey at 3M Arena at Mariucci this season. Get your game ticket and first beverage in one convenient package. Available for every Friday night Big Ten matchup. Get yours now at gophersports.com.
10:18 to play second quarter. Welcome back. We're in the Federated Insurance broadcast booth at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, the Duke's Mayo Bowl. 7-7 Gophers and Hokies. Each team now exchanging 80-yard touchdown drives. A little trick play, a halfback pass. Taylor with the throw to Spencer, 10 yards in the touchdown. Jennings is deep and into that wind now. Kesich puts his left foot to it, and the wind holds it up. And it will be Mason at the goal line. He's to the 10, works his way outside, finds a seam. He's staying on his feet, and he's across the 35, and Minnesota cannot like that. Good return as he's finally angled out at about the 38-yard line. The Gophers special teams allowing a pretty good-sized run. That was a 37-yard return. Let's go to JG and a Stephen Carey sideline report.
All good news on the Lemecki-Brockington front. We know that he left the game there briefly. Looked like he just got the wind knocked out of him, guys. They popped him up, sat him up, had him catch his breath, and when I say popped up, he jumped up after they were done attending to him, ran back over to the bench. Probably would have been in that next play, but he's on the bench now and good to go.
Dragan Kesich, the kicker, was the man who finally forced the returner Mason out of bounds. So good field position here at the 38 for Virginia Tech. Schlee, the quarterback, wants to throw. Pressure comes, throws underneath, and it's incomplete. Intended target was his tight end Gosnell. Closest man there was Maverick Baranowski, and from a Virginia Tech standpoint, it was good that throw nosedived. Otherwise, I think Baranowski would have had the Oski.
Well, I also feel like our defensive line there did a lot better job with their intentionality of staying in their lanes and not allowing the quarterback to break contain. That's what Schlee did on that last drive a couple times. He was able to break contain, fight for some time, and then find open receiver.
7-7 second quarter, 10:07 clock stopped at the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Mason, the running back, to the left of the quarterback, Schlee. Green in motion. Handoff to Taylor, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Coy Parrish comes in and run support and submarines the play. Great job by Parrish, who's coming off of back-to-back great tackling games. 13 in the loss to Penn State and 8 in Madison in the win against Wisconsin. 21 tackles in his final 2 regular season games. First team All-Big Ten as a true freshman. Last Gopher to do that, Darrell Thompson. 3rd and 10. Here's a flag. This is going to be offsides Gophers. They got a free play, and they're going to go deep, and it is tipped and nearly intercepted. Good coverage there by Coy Parrish. Virginia Tech wanted an interference call. They won't get it, but he was running step for step. It kind of bounced off his helmet. It will be offsides, though, on Minnesota here, and they had the free play.
Now that's why he threw it up there, and it was actually a pretty darn nice job of Coy. Running with them, looking back, and using the boundary as his friend.
Defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
They didn't name a number. The Gophers jumped. I think a couple guys jumped, and it looks like getting in there was Matt Kingsbury, not used often linebacker, was in at a defensive end position there. They're a little light on ends with Jaw Joyner out. They're watching the replay, and the Hokie fans here in the lower bowl thought it was interference on Parrish. So it's a 5-yard penalty. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5 here for Virginia Tech. In motion, the tight end Gosnell. Blitz comes, hit. Schnell breaks out of the tackle, though. Kingsbury missed it. He wants to throw deep, and he's got a man out there. Ball batted away. Incomplete. Guess who? The freshman Parrish. And the Hokie fans wanted interference there. Didn't get it. Intended target, Chance Wilson. Wiggins, that is.
I got my maroon glasses on, but I think we might have got away with the one right there.
Parrish with back-to-back close play.
Can't let the quarterback continue to break contain. You get an opportunity to bring him down the backfield, you've got to bring him down. And just not able to do it. And maybe Coy got there right as the ball got there, but he wasn't really playing the ball. I'm surprised there wasn't a penalty there.
Oh,
nice
the coaching staff does not like it. No, we got a penalty. This is going to be an unsportsmanlike. Brent Pry was on the field down at the 15-yard line, and this will be an unsportsmanlike call on the head coach, Brent Pry. He's waving off the official here.
Head ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct by the head coach of Virginia Tech. 15-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Both sides cheering. Virginia Tech was applauding and saluting their head coach to let the refs have it. Gopher fans down in front of us, several thousand, were excited to get the 15 yards. And now the Gophers will send in a different punt return team. They won't send in the safe team. And the punter with the wind is Peter Moore. Parrish standing at about his own 28, looking to the sideline to get some guidance as to where to set up shop. So this is now 4th and about 21. Hokie fans in a little bit of a chant on these SEC officials. They were both pretty dicey, and the Gophers caught the good end of both of those calls.
Absolutely.
Here's a low snap, but no rush. They set the return up, and another short punt with the wind. Gophers have to get out of the way, and then picking it up is Parrish, and he had waved them off, so you don't get credit for the yards. At least they shouldn't. It looks like maybe they're going to give him credit, or they bring it back. Put it about in between. Crowd booing. We'll take a break. Hey, we got a good one here. 7-7. Hokies and Gophers, 9:15 to play in this second quarter. And this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
At CHS, we know what it takes to feed and fuel the world, to integrate a global ag and energy supply chain, to advocate for farmers in their fields and around the world, to build communities, invest in rural America, and empower rural economies. It takes courage, conviction, commitment. It takes the nation's leading farmer-owned cooperative. It takes a co-op. It takes CHS.
With the Golden Gophers, every touchdown is more than just a touchdown. It's a testament to the teamwork, elbow grease, and can-do attitude it takes to make it to the end zone. And while our fields aren't the kind you throw passes on, Case IH knows every successful farm is more than just a farm. It's the product of top-notch tillage, planting, harvesting, hay, and forage equipment at the hands of hard-working growers. Settle the score with superior tools by visiting your local Case IH dealer or go to caseih.com/Gophers. Go Gophers!
I'll be honest, I love clearance sales for the great prices, but what I really love is the thrill of the hunt. And right now at Kohl's Ultimate Clearance Event, there are so many hidden gems waiting to be discovered. I just went and saved 70% on cute dresses, cozy sweaters, pajamas for my whole family, and that was just the start. So if you also enjoy seeking out big savings, get to Kohl's where the hunt is on. Select styles, offers end January 20th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
At Western National Insurance, we're passionate about the power of nice. That's because nice isn't just a word. It's our way of doing business. It's about surpassing expectations, bringing kindness and decency to our work, and providing a helping hand when you need it most. And we've been putting nice first for more than a century. Find out just how powerful nice can be. Contact your independent insurance agent today and ask for Western National.
Today's Duke's Mayo Bowl is presented by Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics.
7-7, Minnesota and Virginia Tech. The unexpected happens every day, and when it does, head to Kohl's and Kohls.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. Well, Brent Pry had spent much of that time out discussing with the officials in a much calmer manner than when he got the unsportsmanlike, and then continued to talk about it and got one final word in, and that was it. No more penalties. Gophers in good field position from their own 35 after two dicey pass plays were not called interference on Parrish. Justin Gard has more on the Stephen Carey sideline.
Yeah, along those lines, the intensity has ratcheted up. There's intensity, Grimmer, and then there's Duke's Mayo Bowl intensity, and that's where we are right now. You mentioned Coach Pry getting the Hokie crowd into it, getting the intensity ratcheted up. A lot of extra stuff going out in the field, and PJ Fleck wanted to make sure he addressed it with the players, specifically the defense, as they came off the field there after that last possession. He brought the entire defense up, which I can count on one hand how many times the head coach has done that, and the message was essentially play really hard, play the way that we play, but but don't get involved in any of the extra stuff because you could definitely feel it ratcheting up a little bit down here.
Well, remember we saw in Orlando the Citrus Bowl a couple of days ago. South Carolina and Illinois got real heated, including the two head coaches. So certainly you want to avoid that, although that was quite entertaining watching from afar. Wide side to the right, and Brosmer to throw on a straight drop. Has time, flush, now throws, and he's got Darius Taylor out of the backfield, breaks one tackle, and works his way out across the 40 to the 44, a gain of 9. Dante Lovett, cornerback on the stop, and with that catch, that's 52 receptions this season, and that ties now Darius Taylor with Chuck Rios for most catches in a single season for a running back.
Chuck Rios, the fine running back. I think he was out of Rosemont or Roseville. Great running back.
Yeah, and 52 catches, and now Taylor's next catch will break the single-season record. Less than a yard to go on a gain of +9, and it's play action. Brosmer firing over the middle. Brockington, good catch. The throw is a bit behind him. He waited for it, caught it on the left shoulder, and got tackled at the 36-yard line. And a nice job there for Minnesota. And they're into enemy territory.
Nice throw by Max. Even better catch by Brockington on that. I think he's really starting to figure out what kind of receiver he can be.
And the Gophers now with a little bit of a quick pass as they hustle it up to the line of scrimmage. Jamison gears the catch, and he's forced out of bounds inside the 40 to about the 36-yard line. Call it the 37, a gain of about 5 for Minnesota. 7-7 game, 8:03 to play in this first half.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of having someone like Max. It feels like he's been here like 4 years, even though he hasn't even been a complete year until I think right about now. But there's so much confidence in what he does at the line of scrimmage.
Taylor has a touchdown pass in this game, Darius, and he's got 20 rushing yards. He's got a couple of catches. Now he comes in motion from left to right, circling back to the backfield now behind Brosmer. Play action. Brosmer rolling right on second down. Waits, lost toward the end zone. Lanier's out there, but he couldn't quite catch up to the pass as Brosmer just let him a tick too far toward the pylon. Incomplete. Good attempt there, but it'll bring up a 3rd down and 7 right on the fringe of field goal range.
Just when you're trying to throw somebody open, just a little bit more air underneath that ball, and Max would, of course, love to have it back like we all would, but just one more foot of air underneath that ball would allow Lanier to run underneath it.
Yeah, and I think even if it's right, Daryl, 2 yards further toward the left as we look at it, he might run under it too.
Yeah.
Just let him a little too much. Mangum now the running back on 3rd down. 3rd and 7 we'll call it. Don't know if it's 4-down range into that wind, and after watching Kesich on that first one, we'll see if they get nothing what they want to do. It's a straight handoff to Mangum, right side. He finds that seam, turns it up, 1st down, plants his foot to the 20. He's inside the 15 on a beautiful run. 14-yard line. That does remind me of the Ibrahim zone outside run where he just kind of goes sideways and then follows the seam and into 1st and goal. Make it 1st and 10 from the 14. Alvis, the safety, finally
really
down.
Suited to his running style. You know, he does have some patience and some size right there. And when he gets north and south, he is a load to bring down. The Virginia Tech defense, the secondary in particular, is not liking tackling that young man.
1st down and 10 from the 14. Mangum stays in. He's the leading rusher so far, 45 yards on 5 carries. In motion, Brockington on the left side. Another handoff to Mangum. Stutter steps his way and then just wants to power forward and didn't get anything. No gain. 2nd and 10. Boy, Quinn Carroll and the defensive end are all the way out to the sticks left side. They're having some fun. As
just a little pat on the back on the way back.
Of course, Quinn Carroll, his Hokie ties go deep. He was 7 years old when his oldest brother, Connor, committed out of Edina to play for Virginia Tech. He's played more games than any Hokie ever. His older brother is a long snapper, 4-year starter.
Yeah, an amazing family connection between Virginia Tech and Minnesota with the Quinn family.
We got some pictures from Jay showing him getting his face painted, talking about a little 7-year-old Quinn Carroll with maroon and orange paint in a game when they went and watched older brother Connor play. The Carrolls are all here and excited. Here is Brosmer. Now a timeout called as the snap happens. So they wave it off. Virginia Tech takes the timeout with 6 minutes even to play in a 7-7 game here in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. We're in the 2nd quarter in Charlotte. Hey, if you're looking for a great career that offers training and opportunities to advance, visit careers.com.Marsden to see current openings. Careers.Marsden.com. Looks like we will keep it here. Gives us a chance to go back to Justin Gard with another Stephen Carey sideline update here at the Dukes Mayo Bowl.
It was interesting to hear Max Brosmer yesterday, Grimmer, talk a lot about how much Greg Harbaugh has meant to him as a coach. A lot's been made about the year that Max Brosmer has had. A year ago at this time, we'd seen headshots of the quarterback, right? And that was about it. We knew nothing about him except that he was an FCS Heisman Trophy winner, and that was about it. And he just talked about how Greg Harbaugh might be the best coach that he's ever had in terms of simplifying things, taking complex situations, complex plays and concepts, making them simple for everybody to understand. Certainly when it's down here in the red zone, they've got a lot in their disposal and a lot of checks and a lot of things that have to be made. And it's just been cool to see how much impact not only Brosmer has had on the Gophers in this year in Dickeytown, but also how much impact a guy like Greg Harbaugh has had as well.
7-7 the score. Good thoughts there from Justin Gard on the sideline. 6 minutes to go, second quarter. Under center now on 2nd and 10 from the 14. A little end around handoff to Brockington trying to find the corner, and a good job by the Hokies to cover it up after a gain of about 2. Spinning him down on that far side is Caleb Spencer. He's that star player, that nickelback, and it'll bring up a 3rd and about 7 here after a gain of a couple.
And that's why you go with that defense, that star. They're kind of hybrid, strong safety, free safety, because they can run. You know, you want some out there, a little bit more speed, a little bit more athleticism. We try to get to the edge there, and he is able to track them down on the outside and prevent a big run.
7-7 the score. They are now definitely in field goal range, but you'd love to punch it in here. They can get a first down inside the 4. Brosmer out of the gun, wants to throw, looking right, stays right, fires. It is caught, and Spencer has his 2nd touchdown. He caught it at the 2 and dove forward between a couple of Hokies for his 6th touchdown of the year and his 2nd tonight, and Minnesota's up 6 with the extra point pending.
Great job by the offensive line, and then for Max to hang in the pocket that long. The hangs, gets hit at the end of that play, and then Elijah doing what he does, sits in that little empty spot, and Max finds him to get him in the end zone.
Those are difference makers. You're going from a field goal to a touchdown, and that's a big play.
It's a really, really big play. It's the type of response that you want to have. We just need the defense to respond right here one more time. With 5 minutes and 13 seconds to go, that's plenty of time for Virginia Tech to put points on the board.
That trip to the red zone brought to you by the team on top at Case IH. Visit caseih.com/Gophers. Snap back on the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Gophers, 8 plays, 65 yards. It covered 402. A 12-yard pass from Brosmer to Spencer. That's the Affinity Plus drive summary with this and all scoring drives this season. Affinity Plus donates $150 to Special Olympics Minnesota. Minnesota 14, Virginia Tech 7, 5:13 to play in the second quarter. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
A happier way to healthcare starts with Coop Health, a proud sponsor of Gopher football. Coop is a health plan with no deductibles or complicated paperwork. Members can easily search for high-quality, low-cost providers and look up the price of medical services ahead of time. Members also receive 1 monthly statement with flexible payment options. Ready to switch gears? Visit coophealth.com for more information on how you can take control of your healthcare journey.
Old Dutch potato chips.
Hey Gopher fans, Minnesota-made and Gopher alumni-owned Old Dutch Foods is celebrating 90 years of creating taste sensations for generations of hometown Gopher fans. Stock up on your favorite Old Dutch game day snacks at your local store. Old Dutch is proud to be the official tailgate sponsor of Gopher football and a longtime supporter of the University of Minnesota. Old Dutch, quality lives here.
Crispy, crunchy, light and snappy. Old Dutch potato chips.
Today's Dukes Mayo Bowl is presented by Cub. This is Gopher football from Learfield.
Prairie Farms Dairy is a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics and both the men's and women's Student Athletes of the Month. Locally owned by Midwest farm families, Prairie Farms is committed to quality and freshness that ensures the milk and dairy products served at your family's table are the very best. Visit prairiefarms.com for recipes and coupons and enter for a chance to win dairy prize packages. Support local dairy farmers and remember to drink local with Prairie Farms.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Now's the perfect time to partner with Gopher student athletes as influencer marketers. Imagine your company featured in social media content, live appearances, and even out-of-home advertising. From hosting B2B clients with clinics to creating marketing materials that connect to end consumers. These athletes know how to engage their loyal, passionate fan base and yours. Visit gophersports.com/NIL. That's gophersports.com/NIL to start your winning partnership and grow your brand with the power of Gopher Pride.
Elijah Spencer with his second touchdown of the game. He becomes the 6th all-time Gopher with multiple TD receptions, his 4th career game with multiple TD receptions, and Minnesota's out front 14-7, 5:13 to play. The Gophers got good field position thanks to some great coverage on back-to-back plays. A little controversial. Virginia Tech thought Coy Parrish interfered twice. We'll call it great Securian coverage, and that's a great coverage moment sponsored by Securian Financial, insurance and retirement coverage on a confident financial future. Jennings is deep to receive the kick. He had a nice return last time, set Virginia Tech up with some good field position before Parrish made the back-to-back plays. And we'll see if Kesich tries to send this out of the end zone. There is a strong breeze into his face. Left-footed kick, high end over in, and that wind is definitely holding it up. At the 5-yard line, this is Tyler Mason trying to work outside, trying to find a seam, and the Gophers string it out. Not much of a return. Good job there. Much better coverage. Tackled at the 16-yard line, and that's where Minnesota's defense will set up. The tackle made by Rylan Kelly for the Gophers on special teams.
And we need our defense to bow up a little bit here and take advantage of some of the momentum and the rest that they had over on the sideline with 5 minutes and 7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Get the offense the ball back one more time and see if we can double dip here and come out at the second half with some more points.
See what the Gopher defense has in store. Yeah, you could double dip, as you mentioned. They get the ball to start the third quarter. 5:07 to play here. The quarterback now is Pop Watson. He's back in at the quarterback position. Handoff goes to the running back, Coney, and the Gophers swarm him over right near the point of attack. Maybe a half yard. It'll bring up second, and we'll call it 9.5. Good defense there, as Devin Eastern was amongst the first Gophers right there. Minnesota 203 yards. Virginia Tech 102. Maverick Baranowski playing the middle linebacker. Devin Williams playing that outside linebacker. Henderson playing that slot kind of nickel hybrid position. It's a pass play here for Watson. Wants to go deep, far sideline, and it is overshot. Jennings the intended target, and it'll be third down. So far in this one, Watson is 2 for 4, and Schlee is 2 for 5. The two Hokie quarterbacks playing in this one.
Jennings might have had Robinson on that play just by a step, and that ball had just a little bit more underneath it. He might have been able to catch that one and take it to the house as well.
Adams comes wide left along with Aiden Green on third down. Third and a long 9. Watson the quarterback. 1 of 5 on third down tonight for Virginia Tech. 14-7 Minnesota. 4:32 clock stop to play here in this second. Waiting here for the snap is Watson. Blitz comes. He's flush from the pocket, rolling left. He's got some room, and he's also got an open receiver, and it's caught for a first down at the 30. Losing track was Gooseby. That's Brody Adams, his first catch of the season. This is just his second game, but two receivers, their two top receivers are out in this one, and so they bring in the freshman out of Virginia Beach, and he's got a catch, and someone lost coverage there with him.
Also, just, again, letting the quarterback back out of the pocket. You got to, when you have contain, you got to make sure you have contain, keep him in that pocket. That doesn't happen if he doesn't break contain, but he gets a nice, and they work on that pass every single day at practice.
Gophers now, defensively, they will wait for a Hokie sub. That's got to be 12 men in the huddle. They had a guy in the huddle. They brought in a guy, and PJ screaming at the head linesman. The Gophers could have pulled a Brett Bielema there and subbed late and forced a timeout. Here's the blitz. Watson hit. Nobody getting away this time. Anthony Smith drags him down for the sack back at the 25. Good job by Anthony Smith. He's team-leading 6th sack of the year, his 4th sack in the last 5 games. Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, and he's an emerging star for the Maroon and Gold.
He absolutely is, and getting more of an opportunity with Josh Joyner not playing in this game today and doing his thing. He is a fine football player and really plays all up and down the line of scrimmage.
It's second down and 7 here 17 for the Hokies after the 7-yard drop. Blitz comes again. Jack Henderson is there, and Watson trying to get out. He will not. Monster loss back 12, Jack Henderson. He's been one of the better guys in sack and blitz. That's his 5th sack of the year. And it's going to be 3rd and a mile here for Virginia Tech on back-to-back Gopher sacks.
Great job by Jack. And what he did there, Mike, he broke down and made the tackle. Don't fall for that little wiggle. Then I'm going to flush back out the backside, no breakdown, and make the tackle. Huge play by Henderson there.
3rd and 26. Watson wants to throw, snap, and a flag goes. They're going to go deep. Bryant's out there trying to make an interception. The bodies collided, and the Gophers may have jumped into the neutral zone there. It won't be an automatic first down, but it will be another free play here, or another opportunity
Offside. Defense number 0 in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
2:24 on the clock. The 2-minute warning will stop play whenever we get to that. The question here, of course, is depending on what Virginia Tech does here, P.J. Fleck has some timeouts he can use here, all 3 in his arsenal still, trying to save some time if you get the stop, and you hope you do here on 3rd and 21. Virginia Tech, 2 of 6 on 3rd down. Kingsbury is now in at the defensive end spot, Matt Kingsbury. And moving inside is Anthony Smith at one of the tackle spots. Wide lineup for Danny Strigo, way left. He wants to rush. Watson wants to throw, and he rifles it underneath. Caught by the tight end, well short of the first down. See if PJ wants a timeout here, or will he let it run to the 2-minute warning? Gosnell, the catch, and they will let the time wind down to the 2-minute warning. It'll be 4th and 12 from the 29, and no rush here for Virginia Tech. They'll let it wind down, and we will hit the 2-minute warning. Minnesota will get the ball back. 2 to go in the second. 14-7 Golden Gophers. Cub is proud to support the Row the Boat Family Fund at M Health Fairview Masonic Children's Hospital, and leading up to this bowl game, Cub donated $1 for every jar of Duke's Mayo purchased at your local Cub. Cub, official grocer of Gopher Athletics. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Kids, some days keeping up with them takes everything you've got. And in return, they give us everything they've got. At M Health Fairview Pediatrics, we've made it our life's work to care for kids. To do anything and everything we can for every kid who comes through our doors. Because the most important people in your world are our whole world. Learn more about a world of care just for kids at mhealthfairviewpeds.org.
Minnesota Gopher Premium Suites are your ticket to unforgettable game days.
Steps into the circle, he scores!
Enjoy exclusive amenities, prime views, and a private space to cheer on the maroon and gold with friends, family, or clients. Whether you're closing deals or making memories, a premium suite takes your Gopher game day experience to the next level. Elevates for a 3. Got it! Don't miss out. Suites are limited. Visit gophersports.com/premium. Elevate your game day experience.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
You're free now. Free to fill your feed with impossibly chonky chonkers who chonk harder than you ever thought possible.
Cats, corgis, babies, baby penguins, baby pandas, chunky baby pandas.
Free to make your smart devices do silly things. Free to open a world of remote work and a portal into Gametopia.
Who's the boss now?
Free to be everything you imagine, and then some. That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber Internet. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service in select locations only.
TimberTech and TimberTech.com not only are the best in the business, but the decks they develop and the decks they build are the highest of quality. In fact, you will endure a lifetime of happiness with that deck with TimberTech. So ask for TimberTech when putting together your next project, and that also can include porches. TimberTech.com is where you find the free samples. Once again, start at TimberTech.com.
Two minutes left in this second quarter. Minnesota leading 14-7. Time for an affiliate salute presented by Minnesota Corn. 10 seconds on the Gopher Radio Network. Using university research and advances in technology, Minnesota corn farmers are driving towards sustainability as they are considering people, planet, and profit in becoming the most sustainable farmers in the country. Learn more at mncorn.org. Hokies to punt. Coy Parrish deep, standing in his own 27. Peter Moore, the punter, from his own 15. Waiting for the snap, and it's a chest-high snap, and the punt is away. Another short, wobbly kick. Parrish takes it at his own 31. No fair catch this time, trying to get outside. Let's see if he can trust his speed and get outside. Does. Turns it up 40, and then is angled out right at about the 43-yard line. Nice return by Parrish. Gophers, Darrell, with 1:48 to go, can try really the triple dip here when you think about it. They just scored a touchdown. They can go down and get points of some sort here before halftime and then get the ball to start the third quarter.
Ideal to, at a minimum, get a field goal, but ideally you want to get a touchdown here.
We'll see how aggressive PJ Fleck wants to be here right before halftime. We invite you to stick around for the halftime show. We'll give you some scores in both football, another bowl game today, and also Big Ten basketball happening tonight. Stephen Davis, former Gopher, will be with us here at halftime. He helps the Alumni Association. They had a couple of events this week. We'll find out how those went and also get folks connected with the Alumni Association. Gophers have it first down from their own 42, 1st and 10, leading 14-7. Rosemer with the blitz in his face. Good protection. Throws underneath, caught by Taylor. That's the record breaker for a single season as he scoots forward to the 45, out to the 47-yard line, a gain of about 7. It'll be 2nd and 3, clock winding. That's his 53rd catch of the year, going by Chuck Rios for most catches ever by a running back in Golden Gopher history. 1:25 and counting, and Brosmer to throw. Has plenty of time, throws again. This time it's to Spencer. He's trying to get the corner. Does, across the far sideline, and good job getting out of bounds into Hokie territory. And a first down. Thomas Williams is the coverage man, and the spot of the ball at the 42 of Virginia Tech, and a nice play. And Elijah Spencer, with no Daniel Jackson tonight, someone had to step up, and it's been number 11.
What, he's been stepping up all season.
You're right.
He's been, very, very, great co-partner with Daniel Jackson, but tonight he's done an outstanding job of being that number 1 receiver. It looks like Lemecki's stepping into that number 2.
2 touchdown catches tonight, 4 total for 58 yards. That one went for 10, and it's first down Gophers. 2 receivers each side, including the tight end Gears left. Inside receiver there. Martez Lewis, the right tackle. Back to throw is Brosmer. Throws, wants to go to his tight end and running step for step. Good coverage back there. One of the linebackers. Maybe, that was Caleb Woodson. Gears, the intended target, incomplete. That'll stop the clock. 1:13 and a 2nd and 10. Minnesota leading 14-7 at the Tech 42.
Pretty similar coverage to what we saw. I mean, they're letting them play in the secondary, so it's good to see that if you're going to play, they're obviously calling things both ways. There isn't any partiality going on there, but that was some pretty handsy coverage by the Virginia Tech defensive back there.
Yeah, that was a linebacker.
Caleb
That was good speed for the linebacker, staying with the tight end. 2nd and 10 here for Minnesota. Taylor, the running back. And it is a handoff to Taylor. He has a seam. He cuts it inside the 30. Hops over a man, and he's inside the 25. Out of bounds to stop the clock. And a big gain there for the Golden Gophers. Darius Taylor sprung a good one. The stop made by Quentin Reddish, making his first start. And the Gophers look good there.
Look really good here with the 107. There's plenty of time. But here in the red zone, there'll be some opportunities here to get in the end zone, Mike, and that is certainly the goal.
Yeah, and the clock stopped because he did get out of bounds. Darius Taylor with that run, 19 yards. He is up to 39 yards rushing. Mangum at 45 yards rushing. Gophers with a 14-7 lead. Wide side to the right, 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. They're in the Case, nearing the Case IH red zone. Not quite there yet. 2 receivers right, including Driver. Rosemer to throw. Plenty of time. Lost one towards the end zone. Driver's out there, and he and the defensive back play a little hand fighting, a little thumb war down there. Nothing going. Incomplete. And it'll be 2nd and 10 with 1:02 to go in this second quarter.
Yeah, I think that's one of those ones where Christian Driver is going to want to look at that he will look at it in the film room tomorrow and said, I got to turn the other way to be able to make that catch. He turned the opposite direction in his body. You can't make the catch that way, but if you turn the other way and slow down, he'll be able to make that catch.
Yeah, and PJ Fleck talking to him about that right now. Dante Lovett was the man in coverage. We'll hear from PJ Fleck here at halftime as well. 2nd and 10 from the 23. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to punch one in. Plenty of time, 1:02 to go in this second. Minnesota leading 14-7. Rosemer with 2 to snap, gets the snap, and straight drop, and now a flag flies. And what do we have? A false start, maybe?
Or delayed game.
Normally the back judge is the delay guy. This came from the line judge on the far side.
Maybe someone's in the neutral zone.
Ball start. Offense number 65. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
That's the center, Greg Johnson, his second penalty tonight. He's had a few of those over the course of the season here at that center spot. Let's go to Justin Gard with a Stephen Carey sideline report.
Yeah, the first one was just for hitting the face mask of a defensive player he thought was in the neutral zone, guys. That one, it just looked like he started his lean back a little bit early before the ball snapped, and that's what they got.
Second now and 15, and now they push back out to the 28. They show blitz. They do come with the blitz. It's a handoff to Taylor. Squirts outside, down the sideline, may go. 15, 10, 5. Darius Taylor, hello. Touchdown. 20-7, maroon and gold. Wow.
Exactly what the doctor ordered, and we wanted to have more of an opportunity to see Darius get the chance to carry the ball, and you saw Mangum have nice carries, and then Darius here taking that ball to the house with still 56 seconds to go here in the first quarter, or first half.
6-play, 58-yard drive. It covered 52 seconds.
Might be seeing a little bit of the struggles of the amount of people that are not being able to play for Virginia Tech. When you have 24 people that are not playing that played for you a few weeks ago, that makes it tough on both offensive and defensive coordinators.
21-7, extra point good with 56 seconds to go. You can hear the Gopher faithful as the band fired up the rouser. The run for Taylor was 28 yards. With that touchdown, Taylor now with 10 on the season on the ground. And now Taylor with 67 first-half rushing yards. And Minnesota all of a sudden has scored 21 straight points. They trailed at 7-0 early second quarter. And with 56 seconds to go, 21-7 now Gophers. And now with 56 seconds left, the defense has to do its job, DT. Keep the maroon and orange off the board and then get that ball to start the third quarter.
No, absolutely, Mike. You're right. It is very, very important for the defense to do their thing. You also think that it might be for Virginia Tech. They want to get in the locker room. So they might be like, we're gonna hand the ball off. We're going to take some time, get into halftime. We do not want this Minnesota offense, it seems right now, to be able to throw the ball and run the ball to have another opportunity, particularly in this game. So I would imagine they're going to be pretty conservative, probably going to keep the ball on the ground a little bit, although they have not run the ball much so far in this game.
266 yards Minnesota, 109 Virginia Tech. 66 of that came on their scoring drive. Gophers have done a nice job. They have 3 sacks in this first half, and they have been in the defensive backfield, taking advantage of that inexperienced up front group for Virginia Tech. Kessage to kick as he approaches, working left to right as we look at it. Left foot is going to be a short kick, and Tyler Mason with it at the 10-yard line. He will stutter step his way out to the 20, and that's it. Matt Kingsbury swarms him over, just swallows him up at the 10 and then at the 20 and forced him down right there. That's where Virginia Tech will take over. Minnesota with a 21-7 lead. We will have PJ Fleck coming up at halftime. And then we'll have Stephen Davis, the former Gopher defensive end linebacker out of St. Louis, stayed in Minneapolis. He's part of the Alumni Association.
Stephen's a great, he's a great young
awesome
man.
Dude,
converted from defensive end to linebacker, and always been connected to University of Minnesota, doing a great job with the alumni.
Watson, the quarterback. Joey Gerlach is in at a linebacker spot now. McMillan is in at a nickel spot. Parrish and Aiden Gooseby are the safeties. Robinson and Bryant the corners. It's a handoff and a nice little run as the running back motors his way out. Coney out to about the 27-yard line, a gain of 7. Virginia Tech will hurry it up. That was Mason, I beg your pardon. A gain of 7. Second, in fact, it'll be 8 where they spot it. 2nd and 2 now here for Virginia Tech. They trail at 21-7, 35 seconds to go. Here's a little dump-off pass to Mason. Bobbled the ball, and did he hold it? He did. And let's see if Virginia Tech wants to take a timeout. He was tackled inbounds. It'll be 3rd and short. 25 seconds and ticking here.
I don't think they're going to take a timeout. They'd like to get in at halftime and just lick their wounds a little bit.
3rd and short, high snap, one-handed catch by Watson, and he hands it off, and the running back has the first down. Mason out across the 35-yard line. 11 seconds, clock will stop, timeout Virginia Tech. And now, with the wind at their back, they're one long completion away from getting into field goal range from the 36-yard line.
It might make sense for Virginia Tech to take a shot here. They also feel like they probably got the officials on their side a little bit with the amount of pressure that they've been putting on them for a pass interference call. So if I was Virginia Tech here, I might take a shot.
A happy happier way to healthcare starts with Coop Health. Say goodbye to complicated paperwork and surprise bills. For more info, visit coophealth.com today. 1st and 10, Virginia Tech. Minnesota the lead, 21-7. 21 unanswered for the Gophers, who trailed at 7-0 early in the second quarter. Virginia Tech now at 125 yards. Gophers come back with Strigo and Kingsbury the ends. Well, Kingsbury's not going to move in as a defensive tackle. Strigo outside along with Anthony Smith. Gerlach a linebacker. And this is really almost a dime package here with extra defensive backs all over the field. 6 DBs here. Mason the running back, but he is split wide. To throw is Watson. Has all kinds of time. Throws deep. Has a man. It's caught near side at the 44. That's Green, and he's out of bounds. He found a soft spot. 6 defensive backs, but yet he found green area and a perfect strike. And with 4 seconds to go, they will send on the field goal unit.
Yeah, one of the few times that we could not get any pressure on Pop Watson in the backfield. He's able to stand back there and pat the ball and then find, one of his favorite receivers so far today has been Aiden Green, and able to find him over on the sideline, tap 2 feet, stay in bounds with 4 seconds, and shot at a long field goal, and maybe a little bit of momentum for Virginia Tech going into halftime.
Yeah, no doubt. This from here will be about a 60-yard field goal attempt, 60 or 61. Remember, JG discussed the wind. He'll have strong wind at his back. This is one of the better kickers in the country, John Love. 15 of 17 this year field goals, is season long 57. So with this win, this is makeable. And well, you were hoping Minnesota would be able to shut the faucet off here a little bit and go in. As we mentioned, 56 seconds you score, you got to hold them to kind of try the triple dip. But there's an opportunity here for a long field goal.
Yeah, there absolutely is.
We'll see what they have going. JG, what's the wind now, though? The flags on top of the goalpost do appear to be fluttering pretty good with that wind.
Yeah, same that we've talked about. Like, he should definitely have some at his back here, and so I'm assuming that's why they're going to trot him out here, because it's been a definite factor on every kick, both kickoffs and punts.
That's JG with a Sieben Carey sideline report. The other thing is, to get a 61-yarder, they're going to put Coy Parrish back in the end zone with the potential to return something. And also, you've got to drive the ball here, right? And maybe one of those big guys can bubble that front and get a hand up and block this kick. 60 yards. The spot of the ball will be at the 50. And PJ now will use a timeout to ice the kicker, John Love. And
it's called a 30-second timeout.
The spot of the ball is at the 42-yard line, I beg your pardon. So this is about 18 yards back when you count everything. It's a snap back to the 50, and then the long kick. 21-7, Minnesota the lead with 4 seconds left to go in the quarter. I think it'd be fun if it comes up short to see if Coy Parrish can do some damage right before half, too.
Well, you know what? There's not a lot of people that are really good tacklers on the field goal team. So there's certainly an opportunity, and just maybe a little bit more athletic and blockers out there. So there's an opportunity if he's able to catch it for him to hit the seam and potentially. He's got to take it all the way back. So it's got to be a long return. But it'd be fun to see it happen.
Parrish will stand right along the back end line, right at the crossbar, under the crossbar, right at the center of that stanchion. We'll see if a Gopher up front could maybe get a hand on it, too. A 60-yard field goal attempt for John Love. His punter's the holder, Peter Moore. Snap is low, bobbled, the kick is away, end over end, and it is good. He made it just over the crossbar. John Love, a 60-yard field goal, and Minnesota gives up a little momentum before halftime. They could not hold them after scoring the touchdown, and Virginia Tech has to feel good going to the locker room with getting points out of that. 21-10, the Golden Gophers with the lead here at halftime. Time to hear from the head coach, PJ Fleck. His halftime interview sponsored by Sunbelt Business Advisors. Alumni-owned Sunbelt serves business owners as Minnesota's largest seller of companies. Alumni-owned Sunbelt should be on your team roster if you're buying or selling a business. Get your Sunbelt no-cost confidential business valuation today. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com. PJ Fleck is finishing up an interview with the TV folks. I'm sure they're talking about mayonnaise. That has been seemingly the topic of the day here in the first half. And let's go to JG.
PJ, 3 straight touchdown drives for the offense. What's been clicking?
Well, just execution. You look at the first 2 drives, we didn't execute very well. We had a few drop passes in there. It comes down to execution.
Defensively, they've got a couple of different quarterbacks that have played. What are the differences for you guys when either one of those are in the game?
Well, they're very different quarterbacks, and they keep shuffling in and out. But now we have to make some adjustments at halftime, and we'll come up with a plan for both of them.
Appreciate it, PJ. That's the head coach. Grimmer, back up to you.
All right, when we come back, we'll have the halftime show. It's brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. The Gophers lead the Hokies by 11 at the break, 21-10. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
New year, new looks, new comforts, new you. Reset your home at the New Year's sale at Slumberland Furniture. You'll get up to 50% off list prices. Buy the Silas sofa for just $697 and you'll get the matching chair free or a sectional with lots of seating for just $795. A comfy reclining sofa for just $555. Get a Sealy Queen mattress starting at $149. And our 365-night sleep guarantee. The New Year's sale at Slumberland Furniture. See store for details.
The game against Iowa on September 21st recognized the 12th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day at Huntington Bank Stadium. Both the game broadcast and the presentation inside the stadium celebrated the tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. The Gophers would like to thank the following participating sponsors: Ag Country Farm Credit, Bushel Boy Farms, Hormel, Minnesota Biofuels Association, Minnesota Corn Growers Association, Minnesota Soybean, and Brownfield Ag News for their continued support.
Today's Duke's Mayo Bowl is presented by Cub. This is Gopher football from Learfield.
This is Mike Grimm for Washburn McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services, proudly serving the community for over 165 years. Everyone at Washburn McCreevy is proud to support head coach P.J. Fleck and the Golden Gophers this football season. Since 1857, Washburn McCreevy has put a focus on life. Let them help you design your healing experience. Gather, remember, and rejoice. Visit washburnmccreevy.com.
So you call your virtual insurance company to ask a simple question about your policy, but now you're on hold listening to this music. While you wait and wait. Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and pick up the phone when you call, because you shouldn't be on hold so long that you memorize the music. That's simple human sense.
Ask the McGuire Agency in Roseville if Auto Owners make sense for you.
1, 2, 3. This is the Gopher Halftime Show, presented by Toyota on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield. Also brought to you by Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. Plus, ag equipment that is made for more. Visit CLAAS.com. And by Flint Hills Resources, producing the fuels Minnesotans depend on since 1955.
We're at Gopher Halftime in Charlotte, North Carolina. Bank of America Stadium here. Duke's Mayo Bowl. Minnesota with a 21-10 halftime lead. Virginia Tech jumped out to a 7-zip lead. Gophers scored 21 straight. And then right before halftime, a John Love 60-yard field goal gives Tech a little momentum. Gophers will have the ball to start the third quarter. And welcome back. It's time for our halftime interview, and we're thrilled to welcome here to our Gopher Radio Network broadcast booth Stephen Davis, former Golden Gopher linebacker, defensive end out of St. Louis, the pride of the Gateway City. And he's from there, but he has settled into the Twin Cities as his home since he's a player, since he was a player, and he's part of the group that leads the Alumni Association. Stephen, always great to see you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Well, welcome here into the booth. You guys have had a busy week here between the athletic department, the Alumni Association, the U of M Foundation, hosting all kinds of events. Take us through what the week's been like for the Alumni Association.
Yeah, it's been fun. We got like over 3,000 alumni and fans here in Charlotte, and for the last 2 days, we've been hosting events, kind of keeping them plugged into opportunities to connect and build that spirit and pride and get ready for the game. Yesterday, we had a soda social, about 600 people at a bar. Today, tailgate sold out, 450 people. There's more people here, so we're definitely taking over in Charlotte.
The engagement part of that, it's always fun to have people come from the cities down here and from the state of Minnesota, and then, of course, the snowbirds this time of year might be coming up from Florida or Texas or wherever, and then certainly there's alums all over the country, right, including here in Charlotte.
Absolutely. And what I've been telling people since I've been here, I've been asking, Gopher fans, they're coming from everywhere. I say, hey, we travel. We show up. And I've been seeing it for the last 5 years at bowl games, at away games. We're coming from all places and shapes and sizes and bringing our fans and our family. And there's a bunch of players, former players here as well. So it's really great to see that and see that support for our team.
Of course, I suppose while it's busy this week, this is one of the fun parts of your job. You get to host parties. Who doesn't want to host parties and events and those kind of things? But tell me about your everyday work, the grind of the job to engage in alums, and what kind of your role is with the association.
Well, yeah, Mike, there's over 600,000 alumni around the world, and we have about 20 people on our staff, and our job is to try to figure out a way to keep them connected and engaged, and we do that in numerous ways. We kind of reach out to them and connect with them in their backyard. We do it in Minneapolis, and we find ways to do events. We do things to help them stay connected to the university and the students, and a lot of it is really around how to bring people together and really help them stay connected to the pride of Minnesota and feel like they got that value of that degree, and they want to stay connected to all the people that are really a part of this Gopher Nation.
I always get a kick out of it too, because we travel around to different things, and of course I'm around the Gophers a lot, whether it's basketball or whatever, and you see folks come to those games. But just even out non-sports things, you fly to Florida, maybe you're at the Mall of America, all the Gopher gear that's out there's a lot of Gopher folks.
Oh yeah, well, we're everywhere, and when you see somebody wearing that maroon and gold, you like, hey, Minnesota, show that pride, and we relish in that at the Alumni Association, and even in these opportunities to be out in bowl games and work with our partners in athletics and the foundation and just bringing people together. It's just so happy to really see all the camaraderie and the pride and spirit that we all have.
Not that it's for lack of effort, but I'm sure there are some alums out there that haven't taken advantage of what you can offer them. So if there are some out there like, oh, that sounds pretty cool, maybe I should get in touch with them. How can they get in touch with them, and what kind of things would you say that makes it a benefit for them to reach out to you guys?
Oh, absolutely. So we're really about trying to keep you connected to each other and really enhance your life as you go out into the real world and want to build the things that you're doing in your professional career and with your family, and you're moving to Charlotte and you don't know there's 4,000 alumni in Charlotte, in North Carolina, to keep you connected. And we're that vessel to really help you stay connected to those opportunities to build that community. And honestly, don't opt out of your emails. Like, we're sending you a lot of information. We're trying to keep you connected, but really, there's really a lot of easy ways to stay connected through our website, through a lot of the communication that we do. But when we're in the backyard, just come to our events and be engaged and see it for yourself. And as you can see in the last 2 days here in Charlotte, there's been a lot of people here, and they really appreciated the opportunity to stay connected.
Yeah, and information's power. You provide all this information, and people then can soak that in and understand, take pride, and even if they're not associated with it directly, oh, that was cool. Like the band's out here right now.
Yeah.
Pride in Minnesota. That's something certainly to take pride in. Before we let you go, I got to ask you, give me a memory or two, your favorite memory as a player in the maroon and gold.
That's funny. So my freshman year, we went into the big house and upset Michigan. And that was like a coming out party for myself. I was a DN my freshman year and got 2 sacks that game. And it really helped us elevate our energy and our effort. Gary Russell had a really great run at the end. We kicked that field goal. We won the game. Lawrence Maroney, Terrence Campbell, they kind of put the stick, our flag in the middle of the field. We got the jug. That's been a memorable moment for the rest of my life. So.
That's it. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, hey, it's always great to run into you at these events, and great info. Give us the webpage if people want to find out more about the Alumni Association.
Yeah, you can go to umnalumni.org, umnalumni.org. You can find out all the information of all the things that we're doing. We have numerous events happening throughout the year, and obviously we continue to stay connected through all the opportunities that athletics does as well. Great partnership.
Very good. Well, hey, I know you got other people you're hosting here, so we thank you for stopping in and sharing some memories and some moments and telling us all about the Alumni Association.
Absolutely. Let's go Gophers, get this victory, and looking forward to continue to roll the boat.
Let's finish it off here. Gophers up 21-10 at half. Stephen Davis, our guest, former Gopher, now with the Alumni Association. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
How much can you save when you shop Cub? Let's just say you might need a bigger cart. We've lowered prices so you save more. On Essential every day, it's easy to see the savings. Across the aisles, from pantry products to frozen foods to delicious dairy and more. Your family will love it, guaranteed, or your money back. Shop Cub and save today. My Cub, my way. See store for details.
Playing the Minnesota Lottery is exciting, so here to tell you all about it is me. And to make it more exciting, I'll be using my movie trailer voice.
In a world where we all crave more play in our day, one woman's journey leads her to the convenience store. Coming this year, scratch games from the Minnesota Lottery. And you're gonna wanna play because anything can happen when you say, I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Domino's Mix and Match menu has items for every occasion. Flaked on your friend's open mic night? Flaky bread twists and molten lava cakes should do the trick. Soccer team duty? Medium two-topping pizzas and stuffed cheesy bread are your best defense. Is it your dog's half birthday? Celebrate his biggish day with savory sandwiches and tender specialty chicken. Mix and match 2 or more items for $6.99 each at Domino's. Ask for this offer. 2-item minimum prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Bone and wings, bread bowl pasta, and pan pizza will cost extra. Local stores set delivery fees and can charge extra for some menu items.
Hey, it's Guardsy for Affinity Plus, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Affinity Plus rewards you for all your banking. New puppy owners can earn points for chew toys, plus points for new shoes, plus points for puppy class. Life math is complicated. Affinity Plus makes it easier. Visit affinityplus.org/Go Gophers to learn more and become a member today. That's affinityplus.org/Go Gophers. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Minnesota. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Gopher halftime, sponsored by Toyota. The Gophers with a 21-10 lead on Virginia Tech here at the Duke's Mayo Bowl. That is part of our Cubs scoreboard, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics. One other bowl game today, North Texas and Texas State playing in the First Responder Bowl, and Texas State beats its in-state rival North Texas 30-28. That's the only other bowl game today. Of course, next week we got semifinals. Next Thursday, Notre Dame and Penn State in the Orange Bowl, and next Friday, a week from tonight, Ohio State and Texas. That in the Cotton Bowl. The winners will play for the national championship. Basketball tonight, Big Ten play. The Badgers beat the Hawkeyes in a border battle, 116-85. Men's basketball, Wisconsin, 62 second-half points. And Michigan State is winning in Columbus, the 18th-ranked Spartans, 45, and the homestanding Buckeyes, 35. Tomorrow, 2 games in Big Ten men's basketball, UCLA at Nebraska and Michigan at USC. Gopher men next play on Monday night, home against Ohio State. The Gopher women next play against Illinois at home on Sunday. JG will have that call. In regard to men's hockey, the Gophers are playing right now. The number 3 Golden Gopher hockey team is hosting Mercyhurst, which has struggled most of the season. However, they're giving Minnesota a battle. Gophers are up 3-0. Next thing you know, it's 3-2. And that game now is in the third period. And now it looks like it's just gone to 4-2 within the last minute. So the Gophers up 4-2. That game in the second period, I beg your pardon. If you're interested, you can flip over in the Twin Cities. Twin Cities News Talk has that game with Wally Shaver and Tanner Hoops, and that is our scoreboard update. Those 2 teams will also play tomorrow afternoon at 3M Arena at Mariucci. We'll give you the Gopher highlights when we come back. They lead at 21-10. Toyota brings you the halftime show, and this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Minnesota Corn is dedicated to helping the state's corn farmers be the most sustainable and environmentally responsible corn farmers in the United States. We accomplish this by investing in third-party research that focuses on water quality and soil health, and working to add value to every bushel of corn grown in Minnesota. Minnesota corn farmers, continuously working to improve and become better stewards of our state's natural resources while maintaining a thriving rural economy. MN Corn. Take a playcation to Mystic Lake. With 24/7 gaming, the good times never have to end. And you can satisfy your cravings at our restaurants and bars. Or relax in one of our luxurious hotel rooms. Those that play together, stay together. And don't forget to join Club M so you can spark new memories and bask in the rewards along the way. Follow the lights to Mystic Lake, where every day is play day.
Today's Duke's Mayo Bowl is presented by Cub. This is Gopher football from Learfield.
Call an audible. After a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, contact the top-rated attorneys at Carey Personal Injury Law. They will evaluate your case for free, gather evidence and interview witnesses, assess the extent of your injuries, build your case, and go to trial if you're not offered all the compensation you deserve. Carey, the car accident law firm with a 70-year legacy of trust. Visit knowyourrights.com. That's knowyourrights.com.
Ho! Welcome to the Make It Jingle with Kris Kringle podcast. Today we're talking to Jan from Toyota, all about Toyotathon.
Hi!
So, Jan, got any red Tacomas?
Yeah, we have a great selection of vehicles, including Tacomas.
After my big job, I'm taking the missus down to Florida to go surfing.
Did you say Florida? Can the elves and I go too?
Dealer inventory may vary. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 6th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Gopher halftime show rolls on from Charlotte, North Carolina. The Duke's Mayo Bowl, Minnesota 21, Virginia Tech 10 at the half. One score I didn't give you during our scoreboard update, I should mention. Gopher women's hockey ranked third all over Brown today back in Minneapolis. That final was 9-1. Gopher women will play Penn State tomorrow as part of a 4-team, 2-day event. Let's take you to the highlights here from this first half. Gophers and Hokies kind of back and forth, a ho-hum first quarter. Defense ruled the day, and then Virginia Tech put in its backup quarterback, and he drove them 80 yards in 8 plays, and it was 7-0 late in the first quarter. 8 seconds to go when that touchdown scored. 7-zip Hokies. Gophers then scored the next 3 touchdowns, the next 2 from Elijah Spencer, and the first one of those 2 came from a pass from running back Darius Taylor. It's a toss sweep to the right, and they want to throw, and the throw into the end zone, and Spencer's got it! Touchdown! Elijah Spencer's team-leading 5th TD reception this year, and how about Darius Taylor throwing on the old halfback option, trickery, and a touchdown in Charlotte. 80 yards, 9 plays. Gophers tied at 7-7. They weren't done. Spencer wanted another one, and he got it on the next drive. Rosemar out of the gun, wants to throw. Looking right, stays right, fires. It is caught, and Spencer has his second touchdown. He caught it at the 2 and dove forward between a couple of Hokies for his 6th touchdown of the year and his 2nd tonight, and Minnesota's up 6. 8-play, 65-yard drive, 14-7 Gophers. They weren't done. Under a minute to go, Darius Taylor scored it this time. They show blitz. They do come with the blitz. It's a handoff to Taylor. Squirts outside, down the sideline, may go. 15, 10, 5. Darius Taylor, hello! Touchdown! 20-7, maroon and gold. Wow! 28-yard score, made it 21-7. Love scores a 60-yard field goal. John Love right before halftime, and that is where we stand, 21-10. We'll have the second half when we come back from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Gopher fans, make the most of your stay in the Twin Cities by choosing one of our Gopher Athletics preferred hotels. Courtyard Minneapolis downtown, Hampton Inn and Suites, Home to Suites University area, Aloft Minneapolis, and Days Hotel by Wyndham on University. Our preferred hotels offer convenient location, competitive pricing, and a wide variety of amenities to suit any Gopher fan. Visit gophersports.com/preferred hotels for more information and to book your next stay. Hotels participating in the Preferred Hotels program are proud sponsors of Gopher Athletics.
We know you're a fan, but is Gopher pride in your blood? Here's your chance to prove it. This season, Abbott and the Big Ten are kicking off the largest blood donation competition of our lifetime to fight one of the worst blood shortages in a generation. Simply visit bigten.org/Abbott to sign up for the We Give Blood Drive and help settle once and for all that the Gophers give the most spirit. Again, visit bigten.org/Abbott to sign up.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
You can guarantee yourself a Minnesota maroon and gold win when you sell your business with Sunbelt Business Advisors. Sunbelt is a local alumni-owned company and proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Sunbelt provides business owner brokerage services to small businesses as well as mergers and acquisition services for companies up to $150 million in revenue. Are you thinking about selling? Sunbelt can help you make the most from your life's work. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com for a free confidential value range. Minnesota's largest seller of companies. sunbeltminnesota.com.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Ask Nesbitt Agency in Minnetonka if Auto Owners make sense for you.
We're ready for third quarter football here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Gophers leading Virginia Tech 21-10. Minnesota will get the football. The kickoff man for the Hokies is Kyle Lowe. 69 kickoffs, 39 touchbacks. With the win, he might be able to get it into the end zone here. High end-over-end kick. It does go into the end zone and over the head of Coy Parrish. It bounces on the back white, and Minnesota, with the lead of 11, will have the football from its own 25-yard line. In that first half, Max Brosmer, 10 of 18, 126 yards and a touchdown. Darius Taylor, 7 attempts, 67 yards, and a touchdown. Remember, he also had a touchdown throwing, one to Elijah Spencer, who also caught one from Brosmer. Spencer, 4 catches, 58 yards, and those 2 scores. So a pretty good first half. Minnesota with 66.
And the stat that stuck out to me most, Mike, was the rushing stat. 115 yards for the Gophers and 9 yards for the Hokies.
Yeah, and the sacks have helped for Minnesota, 3 in that first half. Taylor lined up right. He'll go in motion all the way to the left now. Only Brosmer in the backfield. They want to set up a screen to him. He's got it, and he breaks one tackle, trying to get outside, and tracking him down from behind is one of the big defensive tackles. That is our guy, Winifred Penet. He is out of France. A gain of 3 out to the 28. That could have been more, and Penet did a nice job of advancing out there.
And that's why you always hustle towards the ball. Really nice play for a defensive lineman to go make a play on the perimeter. Always got to applaud those guys when they hustle like that, but still getting the ball to Darius Taylor in space, always a benefit for the Gophers.
Taylor's going to get a breather, and into the game now is Mangum, who had a really nice first half. In that first half, 45 yards. Under center now, Brosmer on 2nd and 7. From the 28, Brockington in motion. Straight handoff left side, and this is Mangum. Tries to break one tackle, and he does, and he works his way out near a first down. He's going to be a yard short. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. And boy, we talked about it. Mangum runs with violence, and he was not shy on that carry. Burgos brings him down.
Also just nifty with his feet, Mike. You know, he showed some, for a guy who's 235 pounds, he can lower the boom on people. Nice footwork at the beginning of that route, a little jump cut, getting around people, and then lowers the boom at the end of that play to pick up almost 9 yards on first down or on second down.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 1 now, and looks like they got a tight end nestled in there. And as Brosmer under center, Brosmer's out of the pistol, and now they're going to change the play. Callerup will line up slotted left. Out of the pistol, though, still on 3rd and short. It's a straight handoff to Taylor, who stutter steps, and he does get the first down. He needed 1, and he got 2. They drag him back into the backfield, but by that time, it's way too late. Progress gives him the first down. We're a minute 40 in to this third quarter. Gophers leading by 11, 21-10, and they move the sticks here on their first series.
I always kind of wonder when there's that much going on at the line of scrimmage, have the tight end tucked behind the center, if they're going to do something like we did last week, where we had, not last week, but about a month ago now, we had the Marcus Major get the ball, go to the perimeter, do something kind of tricky or fancy, then we hand the ball off on the inside on that play. But good to have the defense thinking.
Good to see Nathan Roy. He was in there as one of the extra linemen on that short yardage package. The kid out of Wisconsin, highest ranked recruit from the true freshman class, getting some action there as the extra lineman. Here's Brosmer. Blitz comes left. It's picked up. He fires. He finds a man, and it's a first down approaching midfield. That is Daniel Hayes on the catch, his first of the season. Freshman redshirt from Pensacola. Love it on the coverage. And boy, Brosmer's so poised, DT. That was just a great pocket presence, and then just picked picked his spot and found his guy.
Yeah, he did, but it's just almost fun to just watch him go through his breeze like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know where he was, Hayes, in the progression, but he does look at everyone.
It's been impressive for him. 1st and 10 Gophers, 49-yard line, their own 49. Minnesota wearing the road whites with maroon trim, gold helmets, gold pants. Rosemer on a straight drop from under center. He flushed from the pocket left, wants to wait, throws underneath, and it's dropped. Intended target Taylor, who set the single-season receptions record for a running back earlier tonight, and that one was a little low, and it kind of got short-circuited. Probably should have been caught, but it'll be 2nd and 10.
One of the few that we'll see Darius drop. He does have really good hands. Does a nice job of sitting down and recognizing that was a zone, and he had an opportunity there to pick up a few yards, but unfortunately it was dropped.
Well documented. Taylor played receiver in high school, and then his last year played running back, and that's when he blew up. Mangum is now in on 2nd and 10. He is lined up wide to the left. No running back in the backfield. Mangum now comes to join Brosmer, and he'll spin around and now settle behind him and get the handoff. Trying the left side, cuts back, plows into a guy, and barrels forward, shoulders first, belly button up, if you will, and it's a gain of about 4. We'll call it a gain of 5, in fact, and a nice pounding run to make it 3rd and 5. Caleb Spencer on the Hokie tackle.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I had my running back coach when I was in the NFL, passed away, Mr. Willie Pete, great guy, but he said, you know what you want to do? You want to fall forward. You know what Jared Mangum does? He falls forward.
No question. He got 5 there, 3rd and 5. Gophers up 21-10, 11:30 to play in this third quarter. Taylor now back in at running back, wide side to the right, 2 receivers that way. In motion, a tight end. Handoff left side to Taylor. They bubble the pocket, and he has nowhere to go. A host of Hokies and a tackle for a loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. And let's see what PJ wants to do from the 46. Certainly out of field goal range into this wind. If they want to go for it or punt here. Virginia Tech gained a little bit of momentum with that long field goal. The Gopher defense had 6 defensive backs and a lot of long pass play to set up the field goal, and they will send the punt unit on here on 4th and a long 5.
Did take some time off the clock there. Not ideal. You'd like to go down, obviously, and get points on every drive, but Virginia Tech did get a little bit of momentum, but here our defense will have an opportunity to take advantage of it.
Boy, nobody was covering driver there for a moment. Gophers have faked one punt at Illinois. It came up a little short. No, bowl game, maybe they try it here. Let's see. Crawford on a straight snap. He waits, and he's going to wait for his gunner to get down there, and he kicks it up toward the gunner. It bounces at the 10 and inside the 5, backpedaling to the half-yard line. Couldn't have been placed any better. Elijah Spencer. It'll be 1 yard line officially, as Elijah Spencer backpedaled until he saw the end zone and put the ball dead right there. We'll take the timeout. Mark Crawford did his job as the Hokies are pinned deep. Minnesota leading 21-10 with 10:25 to play in this third quarter. Washburn-McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services, family-owned and celebrating over 165 years of serving families in the Twin Cities. Proud supporter of Gopher football. You can visit the webpage at washburnmccreevy.com. And you can bet Bill McCreevy's watching down on this game here. We lost Bill just before the holidays, one of the great Gopher fans of all time, and I got to think he's got a smile seeing his team leading by 11 here.
I got a feeling he does. I do love and respect that man. He was a great gentleman, and always at practice, at games, on the trips and charters. The Greevy family, tremendous supporters, and Bill will certainly be missed.
He'll have services next week, some visitations as well. We'll take a break. Gophers up 11. Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
When we say that Cub milk is the freshest in town, we mean it. Less than 48 hours from farm to store fresh. We guarantee 7 days or more of freshness. It all starts with local dairy farmers who take great care in making sure all the cows are happy and healthy. We support local farm families 365 days a year. And that makes our milk even more delicious. So you always get the freshest milk and the biggest smiles.
Today's Duke's Mayo Bowl is presented by Cub. This is Gopher football from Learfield.
Do you know how plastic bottles become shirts, shoes, or backpacks? What happens when your recyclables leave your curb? Can they really become something new? Visit WM.com to learn how WM helps turn your plastic bottles into everyday products, giving materials a second life. WM has the recycling infrastructure, innovation, and expertise to serve our Twin Cities community and care for our planet. The recycling process starts and ends with you. Visit WM.com to learn more.
We are gathered here to... what's with the blanket?
Oh, it's my Securian blanket. It's an unsubtle metaphor for the security I feel knowing I have smart insurance and retirement solutions from Securian Financial.
I see. And sir, do you also trust Securian Financial with your insurance and retirement solutions?
I do. Prepare for your future. Talk to your employer, affinity group, or a financial professional to get started. Learn more at Securian.com.
Insurance issued by subsidiary companies. Securian Financial Services. Member FINRA.
Welcome back. Gophers have Virginia Tech backed up, leading 21-10 from their own 1 yard line. Pop Watson, the quarterback, from the end zone in a pistol set. And let's see if the Gophers can create some havoc here, as they looks like they're changing some of their defensive play calls. Maverick Baranowski and Devin Williams, the linebackers. And it is a quarterback keep. And Pop Watson pops out across the 5 and a good first down run from his own 1. 5-yard gain to the 6. Baranowski brings him down. He is elusive. That's the best skill so far he has shown tonight, DT, in my opinion, is that he's been pretty slick back there and escaping pressure. And that was a pure run. That wasn't a drop back.
No, there's absolutely no question. They want to get it out of the, you just don't want to have your feet in the end zone. You want safeties and everything. Just many things can go wrong when your feet are in the end zone.
He's at the 1 yard line now waiting for this snap. The running back is Coney, standing to his left. Spotted the ball center of the field on a 2nd and 5 play. In motion, the tight end, Gosnell, to throw. And it's thrown, and it's caught nearly a pick 6. Ethan Robinson had read it right, but he was a half step slow. And it's a nice pass play. And the tight end, Goswell, out across the 15 to the 18-yard line. That was about 6 inches from 6 points for Minnesota.
I think he just missed it.
Yeah,
actually,
it went
I don't know if it was. Yeah.
I mean, it went through his hands, I think.
That's too bad. Yeah, you can't get any closer than that.
He read it beautifully. Watson to throw again. Flag flies. Free play. It's another offsides on Minnesota. Hand checking there. Could have been offensive interference. But let's check what the line judge saw here. I believe the Gophers jumped again. This would be their 3rd offsides penalty.
Offside defense, number 20, in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Well, it's not a repeat first down, right? Wasn't it? Oh, no, it was a first down after the long catch from Gosnell, that is. So it's 1st and 5 now. Henderson got that sack right before halftime, and he timed it perfectly on that one. This time he was just not quite timed up.
Yeah,
the way he was
just kind of, they were just playing with their cadence a little bit, trying to draw them off sides, and actually Virginia Tech's doing a really good job with it.
Coney, the running back here, next to Watson. Coney gets the handoff, trying left side. Oh, and he is stood up by Devin Eastern after a gain of a couple out to the 25-yard line. Good job by the Shakopee product, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Devin Eastern and Jalen Logan Redding doing a really nice job in the interior of our defensive line so far this afternoon.
Yeah, and Logan Redding is one of the tackles, Eastern the other in this set. Anthony Smith and Strigo the line or the defensive ends. 2nd and 3. Minnesota leading 21-10, 8:45 and counting here, 3rd quarter. Gophers would love to stop this drive here. Virginia Tech got a field goal right before halftime to cut it to 11. Watson with a handoff to Coney, and he barrels forward for a first down, a gain of about 4. The ball popped out, but well late. And Coney now with back-to-back carries, and enough for a first there, and they'll move the sticks. Devin Williams, the tackler for Minnesota. Strigo comes out. Jackson Howard comes in, redshirt freshman, LSU transfer from Crystal, Minnesota.
Yep.
1st and 10 from the 30 here for Virginia Tech. This drive started at their own 1. The Gophers would like to shut it down here. Green comes in motion for the Hokies and comes set slotted. Rolling left is Watson. Throws a little dump off, and it's short. Intended target down there for the Hokies was the tight end Hairston.
Nice pressure by Anthony Smith and Coy Parrish on that play. Anthony did a nice job of redirecting and making him throw that ball a little bit higher than he wanted to, and tried to put a little air underneath it and throw it down, and just didn't work out for Virginia Tech. This is a big second down right here. We need to figure out a way to get off the field.
Watson 7 of 10 with that incomplete, 70 yards. 2nd and 10, as DT mentioned, from the 30. 2 receivers wide left. The tight end, Hairston, he comes slotted to the left. Jackson Howard right there across from him. It's a handoff to Coney, and he works forward. Oh, and he took a hard hit. What a lick. You could hear the oohs and ahs, a gain of 2. Who came in to lower the boom? Was that
Jackson?
Howard?
Yeah.
Yeah, what a hit there. And he'll come out now with the pass rush package coming in. It'll be a 3rd and 7.
You know what Howard did there was really nice. He did a great job of making sure he had leverage on the outside. We talked don't break contain, don't let him break contain. He reads the ball inside, and then he comes in the inside really quick, flattens out and gets to the ball carrier. Almost pops the ball out there. Great play by Jackson.
He popped his helmet straight on the chest plate of the running back. Coney is the running back. He's lined up to the left of the quarterback, Watson, on 3rd and 7. 4-man rush. Watson flush from the pocket and sacked. Strigo, I think, got him. Kingsbury was in the neighborhood. Good job by Minnesota. Big-time sack. Danny Strigo's first sack. Now, here's a guy that's out of eligibility, DT. He's got NFL potential. We know that. He said, I'm playing. I want to put some more stuff down on film, and a scout might watch that. It could make a difference.
You just want to play football. I think if you're your first-round draft choice, you get drafted, it makes sense, especially if you're nicked. But somebody that wants to just play in the NFL, the best thing to do is play football. Travis Hunter played football.
Yeah,
he's the best football player in the country.
4th and 19 now after the sack. And that's a big sack because it could have been 4-down territory if they gained something out of that. Here's a nice spiraling punt. It's short, though. Parrish lets it bounce. And that's going to take a big roll for Virginia Tech. And a flag comes down behind the play. It rolls inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Wow, what a long punt that was. It was short. Parrish couldn't get up to it in time. They had him lined up too deep. And he pointed but couldn't get there, and it bounced and just caught the point of the ball perfectly. 70-yard punt.
That is flip-flopping the field there. I wonder what the penalty is.
Yeah, let's see. It was behind the play, way back at the 50-yard line. The ball had already bounced, so it comes after the kick, which is important. You don't want to give him a first down if it's before the kick. Parrish getting some instruction from P.J. Fleck there. I don't think he wanted to risk coming up on that short kick. Maybe he just misread it, because it was a spiraling, decent enough punt. Long discussion here. Let's listen to the referee.
There is no foul on the play. The result is first down. Timeout.
So they wave it off. Nothing after a long discussion. So the Gophers, after a 70-yard punt, will have it at their own 8-yard line, leading 21-10 with 6:19 to go. Hey, if you love taking your family to a Gopher game, how about getting 4 discounted tickets, 4 soft drinks, 4 mix-and-match popcorn and candy, and $5 off your next $50 purchase at Cub. Log on to gophersports.com/tickets for all the details. It's the Cub Family 4-pack, and we'll see you on campus soon. Gophers 21, Hokies 10, a fast-moving third quarter, 6:19 to play. We'll have more Gopher football. This is the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, and it's Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Gopher fans, this is Mike Grimm. As a business owner, you understand the importance of protecting your reputation, workplace, employees, and financial assets. Our team is ready to help yours by creating a custom lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you stay at the top of your game. Contact your local Federated representative for more information. Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. Proud sponsor of Golden Gopher Athletics.
Programming is supported by Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemount, a leading producer of the transportation fuels Minnesotans rely on every day. Pine Bend is one of the nation's most innovative and efficient refineries, having earned the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's Energy Star certification 5 years in a row. For more information about the Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery, visit pinebendrefinery.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Marston is a full-service building maintenance provider servicing Gopher Nation since 1952. Marston has job openings throughout the Twin Cities area. If you have a valid Minnesota driver's license and a reliable vehicle, reach out to Marston to learn more about part-time and full-time opportunities in your neighborhood. Marston offers benefits and training and is an equal opportunity employer. Join our ever-expanding team of building maintenance professionals by visiting careers.marston.com or call 651-641-1717.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Now's the perfect time to partner with Gopher student athletes as influencer marketers. Imagine your company featured in social media content, live appearances, and even out-of-home advertising. From hosting B2B clients with clinics to creating marketing materials that connect to end consumers. These athletes know how to engage their loyal, passionate fan base and yours. Visit gophersports.com/NIL. That's gophersports.com/NIL to start your winning partnership and grow your brand with the power of Gopher Pride.
Golden Gophers leading Virginia Tech 21-10 here at the Duke's Mayo Bowl. 6:19 to play here in this third quarter. Gophers with 4 sacks, including that one right before the punt by Danny Strigo. That's their season high. They had 4 sacks against both Illinois and Nevada. The team record in a bowl game is 5, so they're 1 shy of that. But after that, a 70-yard punt by Virginia Tech's all-conference punter, Peter Moore, after it was a big bounce, puts Minnesota 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line. JG has an update on that.
Well, PJ Fleck often says that the toughest position coach on his staff, the guy that has to be the toughest, is Matt Simon, because he's the wide receivers coach, and PJ was a wide receiver in the NFL. Same goes for Coy Parrish, right? Because PJ was a punt returner, so anytime anything goes wrong, PJ is in his ear immediately.
Here's a throw by Brosmer over the middle and on the run. A great catch across the 20 by Spencer. His big night continues, and he's pushed in a rugby scrum across the 30 out to the 34-yard line. So a 26-yard pass play to Spencer on first down and a whistling strike to number 11.
Not an easy grab at all. Phenomenal catch by Spencer on that play. When you catch that ball on the slant, you got to be worried about the safety coming down, the hammer. You got to worry about that corner trying to jab and have that arm in there and rip that ball. He catches it, claws it, and actually picks up almost 10 more yards after the catch.
Lovett gets credited for the tackle. Mangum now in at running back for Minnesota. Tight end to the left and a tight end to the right. And it's a handoff to Mangum right side, and they funnel everybody that way. Actually, it wasn't a tight end. That was Roy again in the extra jumbo package. Maybe a half-yard gain right side. That's that outside zone scheme. It'll bring up 2nd and 9, a gain of about a yard. 5:20 to play third quarter. Gophers 21-10. So, JG, what was the advice? Could you detect the advice that Coy Parrish got there?
No, but it always has to do with giving up field position, right? That's the number one thing that bothers the head coach. But to Coy's credit, what I liked watching it just from my own observations is it's a good lesson for the kids out there. Coy's eyes just locked in on what PJ was saying. Good eye contact, wasn't annoyed, just took the lesson. Then he actually came to the sideline and kind of hit his own head with his fist. I think he was bothered by himself as well.
Throw over the middle. Callerup has it in a first down. Good job by Brosmer. He was looking left to Brockington. Don't know if that was the first read or if that was just to look the middle guys off, but he immediately then turned and fired to Callerup in a gain of 10. Keller on the coverage in the tackle.
Exactly what that was, Mike. A lot of times you're going to try to move. You're trying to move the safeties with your eyes. Safeties go where you look, and that he follows his progression. Then he comes back to the backside, finds Callerup to pick a big first down. Nice play by Max.
4:20 to play here in this third quarter. 21-10 Minnesota, 1st and 10 Gophers from their own 45. Play action. Brosmer to throw. Has time. Now flush from the pocket. Rolling right. Has some green area, and he gets out of bounds after a gain of a couple out to the 48. Oh, and a friendly spot gave him an extra yard, I think, to the 49. A gain of 4, and it'll be a 2nd and 6.
Nice.
It looked like they wanted to go deep and nothing there.
Well, and one thing that Max does do, he makes good decisions. He doesn't just throw the ball just for the sake of throwing the ball because we said we want to take a shot. He said if it's not there, I'm going to throw it away, or right here, he tucks it and runs it and picks up, almost 5 yards.
4 minutes to go here, third quarter. Gophers by 11, 21-10. No points have been scored in this third quarter, and we're almost or a little over now, 11 minutes in. Here is Brosmer with a handoff to Taylor. He's got the outside in the corner. He's got a first down. Stiff arming a man, shoves him away, and then is finally brought down at the 45, and that's a gain of 7. Reddish brings him down. He got the stiff arm, but I will give Reddish credit. He stayed with it. He got stiff arm, but stuck with it, bear hugged him, and made the tackle, but not until you move the sticks.
Pretty nice run. Great block on that play by, I think it's Hayes that came in on the kind of, they don't call it the crack block anymore, but kind of the peel back on that safety on the inside to be able to allow Darius to get to the outside.
Greg Johnson got outside too after he snapped the ball to help a little bit. 1st and 10 Gophers. Running back now is Mangum to give Taylor a little bit of a breather. Taylor up to 75 rushing yards. To throw is Brosmer. He finds Mangum out of the backfield, puts on a nice move at the 40, and then is gang tackled at about the 38-yard line, and that's a first down pickup of 7 or 8. Lovett, the first man there, the cornerback, make it his second start this season.
I want to say that's Mangum's first catch of the season for him to get out of the backfield, catch the ball on the perimeter, make a couple nice moves. He's probably looking at the coach like, I should have been in here a little bit more often this season.
Give me a few more carries. Mangum's a well-traveled young man out of Detroit, played at Colorado, South Florida, Michigan State, and now Minnesota. How about 4 colleges?
Hey.
Taylor back in. The Gophers faced him when he was at Michigan State. Here is a handoff to Taylor. Good jump cut move. He's got the first down and stays on his feet inside the 35 to the 30-yard line. 31 officially. And the Gophers will move the sticks. 2:10 to go in the third quarter, and Minnesota up 11.
Really nice run.
Drive.
Also, a nice job by the offensive line, given the line of scrimmage. I know there's been some, got to give Quinn Carroll, to me, like just a ton of credit. Move from right tackle to right guard to left tackle is not an easy thing. It's a hand position. It's the numbering system. It's the technique. It's the person that's on that side is a different type of person that's on the other side. It's a lot. But this offensive line really has settled in here, especially here in the second and third quarter, and now beginning into, well, not quite, almost the fourth quarter, doing well.
8th play of the drive that started at the 11-yard line. It's a handoff to Taylor. Waits, cuts back, weaves his way somehow for positive yardage inside the 30 to the 28. It's only a 3-yard gain, DT, but it could have been a 2 or 3 yard loss.
Yeah, it really looked like there was nothing there, but Darius did a good job of actually just keeping his feet down. You go through cone drills. This is like a cone drill. Like, I'm going outside, I'm coming back inside, I'm going to plant my foot, I'm going to get my weight down, get upfield, and it's a nice carry to pick up those 3 yards when it could have been really a -1.
Virginia Tech already a little thin defensively with opt-outs and transfer portal guys. Their best player, arguably, defensively that suited up tonight is their middle linebacker, Jaden Keller, the leading man amongst guys playing tonight with tackles at 76. He's shaken up on the play. They're attending to him. It allows us to take a break with 1:16 to go in the third quarter. Minnesota on the drive, leading 21-10. They have a 2nd and 7 from the 27 when we come back. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
10 miles an hour over the speed limit. 15 over. 20 over. It just might put you 6 feet under.
A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your die-hard passion for the Golden Gophers all season long with your favorite maroon and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from the stadium or from your living room, with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Gopher-branded gear from the Shields Fan Shop. Visit your local Shields or Shields.com, and let's cheer on the Gophers. Shields, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics and football fans everywhere.
All the special interests are represented in St. Paul, but who speaks for you? Center of the American Experiment does. Our policy fellows dig into the tough issues that matter to you and offer common sense solutions on education, taxes, crime, and energy. American Experiment is the trusted, nonpartisan voice of Minnesotans like you. We are working every day to make Minnesota a better, safer, more prosperous place. We are American Experiment. Go to americanexperiment.org to learn more.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. See Home Club for details.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football.
Gophers with a 21-10 lead, 1:16 to go in this third quarter. Jaden Keller got up and jogged off under his own power, so we think he'll be okay for Virginia Tech. He was the injured linebacker, which forced the timeout. We'll give you an affiliate salute following this second down play. Using university research and advances in technology, Minnesota corn farmers are driving towards sustainability. Minnesota corn farmers consider people, planet, and profit becoming the most sustainable farmers in the country. In fact, let's give you that ID right now, 10 seconds on the Gopher Radio Network. A minute 5 to go, third quarter. Gophers with an 11-point lead. They'd love to punch something in here. This is the 9th play of the drive, which has gone 64 yards. 2nd and 7. And they're going to let some time wind down here. They reset the 40 play clock, but did not reset the game clock. So a bunch of time running off here. Minnesota's not in any rush with an 11-point lead. Started with like 1:17 to go. I don't know. There had to be a little bit of an administrative error there, probably.
Oh, one that we might benefit from.
Yeah, well, that's sure. You're not with an 11-point lead. You're in no rush here. So now they get set and they're ready to go. Gears the tight end left. Taylor, the running back, quick hitting pass to Spencer. He's hit and swarmed over. They lose the 3 that they got from Taylor, and now it'll be a 3rd and 10. They've tried a couple screen passes. Tech has just been all over him, DT.
Yeah, they have been. They've done a really nice job of sniffing out the screen passes. It does feel like we've been most successful actually just running the ball.
You're right.
And with our passes downfield, the slants like that last one to Elijah Spencer over the middle. So I'd imagine we'll come back to it. You got to try different things.
We got all the answers. Throw it downfield and hand it off.
Here we go.
All right, that ends the third quarter. Minnesota and Virginia Tech, neither team scored a point in that third. The halftime score was 21-10 Gophers. That'll be our fourth quarter score as we start the fourth quarter when we come back. The unexpected happens every day, and when it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Kids, some days keeping up with them takes everything you've got. And in return, they give us everything they've got. At M Health Fairview Pediatrics, we've made it our life's work to care for kids, to do anything and everything we can for every kid who comes through our doors. Because the most important people in your world are our whole world. Learn more about a world of care just for kids at mhealthfairviewpeds.org.
Hey Gopher fans, Minnesota-made and Gopher alumni-owned Old Dutch Foods is celebrating 90 years of creating taste sensations for loyal fans throughout the upper Midwest. Like their newest flavors, Ripple's Ketchup Potato Chips, Sweet and Salty Puff Corn, Crispy Bacon Potato Chips, and All-Dressed Party Mix. Find Old Dutch in the Gopher Garden before select home games sampling their latest flavors, or stop by your local store and pick them up today. Old Dutch, quality snacks since 1934.
Crispy, crunchy, light and snappy, Old Dutch Potato Chips.
Today's Duke's Mayo Bowl is presented by Cub. This is Gopher football from Learfield.
What's poppin'? Justin Jefferson here.
Football is a lot of explosion, a lot of energy and attitude.
It's a whole different vibe. With these open earbuds, it's like you're in the moment, but also you can hear everything around you. You can be involved.
To have good sound and to be so light on your ear means a lot to me. Putting that music into my ears,
you feel good enough to go out there and play.
You turn on that switch, no one can stop you.
For more, check out Bose.com.
You're free now. Free to fill your feed with impossibly chonky chonkers who chonk harder than you ever thought possible.
Cats, corgis, babies, baby penguins, baby pandas, chunky baby pandas.
Free to make your smart devices do silly things. Free to open a world of remote work and a portal into Gametopia.
Who's the boss now?
Free to be everything you imagine, and then some. That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber Internet. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service in select locations only.
Hey, Gopher fans, turn to the experts at Center Point Energy for high-efficiency natural gas equipment rebates for your home and business. See why using natural gas is better for your budget and the environment. For more information, go to centerpointenergy.com/Gopher rebates. Welcome back here to Charlotte, North Carolina. 1 quarter of football remaining at the Duke's Mayo Bowl, and the Gophers leading 21-10. They have a 3rd and 10 from the Tech 31-yard line. Darius Taylor with 85 rushing yards, a touchdown pass, and a touchdown rushing. If he gets to 100, and he needs 15 to do so, he'll become the 3rd Gopher ever to have 2 bowl games with over 100 yards. Ibrahim and Maroney both had a couple of 100-plus rushing yard games. Of course, Ibrahim had a 200-yard game and then a 100-yard game. And Taylor had a 200-plus yard game last year in that bowl game, breaking freshman records. And we'll see if he can get it here. Here, they want 10 yards. It's 3rd and a long 9. Taylor next to Brosmer, the wide side to the right. Max is 16 of 25 for 182 and a touchdown. Spencer, 2 touchdown catches. Jamison Gears in motion, left to right. 3 receivers that way, the wide side of the field that way. Brosmer waits for the snap, leading by 11. Roswell, Georgia native, back to throw. Pressure comes, throws underneath, caught by Hayes, turns it up, skipping forward, used his arm. It's going to be close. He's a yard short, a 9-yard gain. And now P.J. Fleck has a decision. Field goal with the wind on 4th and 1, or do you go for the first down here? And it looks like the offense stays on the field after the Spencer tackle.
Yeah, I kind of figured they were going to go for it on that play. Really nice play by Hayes on that one. Number 1 catch, and then getting north and south. Got his heels kind of clicked together just a little bit. Can't quite regain his balance. Otherwise, he would have picked up that first down easily.
Let's see if we see a sneak here. So far, it's under center, Brosmer with nobody behind him. Now in motion comes Gears. Lined up behind him. It will be a sneak. Gears pushes him forward, and he's got the first. He gained about 1.5 yards or 2 yards. Good job, Gears, pushing him forward. And a minute into this 4th quarter, the Gophers have it 1st and 10, and they're in the Case IH red zone. Brought to you by the team on top at Case IH. Visit caseih.com/Gophers. Right at the 20-yard line. For Hayes, his first 2 career catches now have come in this second half. We've heard about him a couple of years, right? He's a sophomore or a redshirt freshman. He's been here 2 years, and we're starting to see some production now when he gets a chance.
I think we will see more and more production from him in the future. A lot more.
Throws one up to the end zone, and he just threw to a spot. Great coverage back there by Johnson. Spencer was kind of pushed off the spot, and that was just, at the end of the day, probably a throwaway once the play didn't break the way they wanted.
No, I think you're right. I think he was certainly trying to get rid of that ball. Didn't see anything that he liked, and he had to just throw the ball away and eat it, and live to play another down, which is always a good thing. It's actually one of Max's strengths. Doesn't throw the ball to the other team very much at all. Only 5 picks on the season.
Yeah, I was thinking back, of those 5 picks, I want to say 4 of them probably weren't even his fault or were
tipped or something like that. Yeah.
Or receiver gave up on it, I know, in the Nevada game. 31,027 the attendance, 31,027. In motion is Brockington on 2nd and 10. It's a handoff to Taylor, and he vaults forward for a couple inside the 20 to about the 17, just short of a 3-yard gain. The stop made by the defensive end, Burgos. He had 28 tackles coming into the night. Out comes Callerup, and in comes the 3rd down package, including Hayes at receiver. 3rd and 7 here for the Gophers. 13-10 to play in the game, and Minnesota up 21-10 in a scoreless second half so far. Brosmer out of the pistol. Taylor was set right. Now he comes back to the backfield. Minnesota's 4 of 8 on 3rd down tonight. One of those they converted on 4th down just on this drive. Back to throw. Brosmer has time. Now the pressure comes. He's hit and sacked. Oh, and now we got some tempers flaring. That was Penne from the defensive end spot, and he beat the guy on the right side, and Brosmer had time, and then the pocket collapsed, and half coverage, half rush, I think, on that one.
I think that he didn't quite have the amount of time he wanted. We got used to him having that protection all afternoon, and just got beat there on the outside a little bit on that play, and he's unable to find a receiver downfield. So you're right, Mike. Probably a half coverage sack and half pressure.
That was Nathan Roy, the freshman, true freshman, playing on the right side of the line that couldn't quite get in front of Penne enough. So this will be a long field goal attempt now after the sack. It's a 44-yard attempt. Kesich puts the left foot to it. It's on the way, and it is good. Kesich drains it, and the Gophers have the first points of the second half. It took until the fourth quarter, and with that field goal, Old Dutch probably donates $250 to the Golden Gopher Fund. Old Dutch Foods is proud to be a longtime supporter of the Gophers and the University of Minnesota. Old Dutch Foods, quality lives here. 44-yard field goal for Kesich, a 15-play, 66-yard drive, 9:20 off the clock, 11:59 to play in the football game, and the Gophers have a 2-touchdown lead, 24-10. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Save money at the pump while helping Minnesota's economy and environment by fueling up with E15, also known as Unleaded 88. Unleaded 88 is a Minnesota-made renewable fuel that reduces emissions, lowers prices, and improves engine efficiency. Find one of Minnesota's nearly 500 gas stations offering Unleaded 88 at mnfuels.com or download the Minnesota Biofuels Locator app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today. Minnesota Biofuels Association, Minnesota-grown energy for today and tomorrow.
I'll be honest, I love clearance sales for the great prices, but what I really love is the thrill of the hunt. And right now at Kohl's Ultimate Clearance Event, there are so many hidden gems waiting to be discovered. I just went and saved 70% on cute dresses, cozy sweaters, pajamas for my whole family, and that was just the start. So if you also enjoy seeking out big savings, get to Kohl's where the hunt is on. Select styles, offers end January 20th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
This is Mike Grimm. Are you in need of high-quality concrete for your project? Look no further than AVR, your trusted concrete supplier. Whether it's a new driveway, a patio, or parking lot, AVR has you covered with iconic red and white trucks delivering top product across the entire metro area. Visit AVRconcrete.com. AVR, where promises are made and promises are delivered. AVR Concrete, a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics.
Minnesota Corn is dedicated to helping the state's corn farmers be the most sustainable and environmentally responsible corn farmers in the United States. We accomplish this by investing in third-party research that focuses on water quality and soil health, and working to add value to every bushel of corn grown in Minnesota. Minnesota corn farmers, continuously working to improve and become better stewards of our state's natural resources while maintaining a thriving rural economy. mncorn.org.
Golden Gophers 24, Virginia Tech 10, 11:59 to go in the game. Our Affinity Drive Summary sponsored by Affinity Plus. With this and all scoring drives this season, Affinity Plus donates $150 to Special Olympics Minnesota. They'll also bring you the post-game show. Stick around for that. 9-minute, 20-second drive, 15 plays. And it was just what the Gophers needed as they extended to a 2-touchdown lead. Jennings is deep for Virginia Tech. Kesich puts the left toe to it. High end-over-end kick. And it will be into the end zone, about 8 yards, and it will be a touchback, Virginia Tech from its own 25. Let's get a Stephen Carey sideline report with Justin Gard.
Well, one of the cool things, Grimmer, about bowl games is young players get opportunities to play meaningful snaps for maybe the first time. And the latest example is Nathan Roy. You mentioned it, highest-rated recruit in the true freshman class. Big get from the state of Wisconsin for PJ and Brian Callahan and staff to get him to commit to the Gophers. Just gave up a sack, right? Went out there, didn't go very well. He came back over to the bench. All the veteran offensive linemen were right over to him on the bench, basically pumping him up, coaching him up. Brian Callahan comes over, says, guy made a play. Now it's up to you next time out there. Go out there and respond. So we see the developmental aspect of it on display here in Charlotte.
Here's a quick toss as Watson gives to Mason, and Mason scurries forward for a nice pickup on first down from his own 25 out to the 32, a gain of 8. It'll bring up 2nd down and 2. Zaquan Bryant among those Gophers who finally tracked him down, getting a fingertip on those shoelaces. And Roy was actually an extra lineman in there as a late sub here for Virginia Tech comes in. They didn't have a tight end, so he comes in and sets up. They're going to wait. Now they'll get the play off.
and the guy put a move on him, and he'll learn from that. Here's a little option play. Now a reverse as they pitch it back to Adams working left, and he's down the sideline with all kinds of green grass. He may go. It's finally tackled. Kerry Brown coming out of nowhere undercuts him at the 20, but a big play. They looked option right and then just tossed it back to Adams, the true freshman who is playing in just his second game this season.
Well, you got to pay attention. This is one of those I wouldn't really call it a trick play, but kind of a reverse, and they do a good job. And then just the speed of the of that receiver going down the sideline like that, almost, if not for Kerry Brown, he does take that to the house. But I was just thinking, Virginia Tech, 47-yard carry there, yeah.
And here's another little toss play left. Aiden Green, the receiver. So back-to-back plays they give to receivers, and that's a gain of about 5 to the 16-yard line.
Well, the point I was trying to make is it's about the time, because if they can score quick here, then they're right back in the game. They're within 7 points or within 7, of being back in the lead. So that the goal would be we like that 9:20. We'd like them to eat some clock up here.
And it is Watson, the quarterback. He is lined up next to Mason, the running back, out of a pistol set from the 16 on 2nd and 5. They have moved down the field quickly. Hand off to Mason. Oh, man, Anthony Smith swallows him up. It's a loss of 1, maybe 2, back to the 18, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Anthony Smith is having himself a huge second half to this 2024 season as we move into calendar year 2025.
Just shedding the offensive lineman. That's what they teach you to do when you just shed the dummy. People don't usually shed the offensive lineman as easy as you shed the dummy. He did it right there. Gets in the backfield to make a big play.
Nate Becker was in. He comes out. Tyler Mason, the running back. Watson is the quarterback. 3rd and 8. Key play here. You'd love to hold him to 4th here and make him make a decision from the 18-yard line. Down 14. It's likely 4-down territory unless you come up with some big sack here. And now timeout. Brent Pry, as the play clock was winding down. They subbed late, then the Gophers sub, but they still had time to snap it, and they used their first timeout. We'll see. The 14-point game, you never know, but we'll see if they might need that timeout a little bit later. We will take the timeout as well. Let's tell you about the Minnesota soybean farmers, as they have partnered with Gopher football all season long, highlighting the environmental impact created through the use of biodiesel, a soy-based fuel that powers the team's equipment truck across the country. The total mileage traveled for away games all season long, including this one at the Duke's Mayo Bowl, equates to the impact of planting 2,283 trees. Gopher football powered by biodiesel, cutting carbon right here, right now. Our thanks to Minnesota soybean. Gophers 24, Virginia Tech 10. Virginia Tech has a 3rd and 8 from the 18 when we come back. 9:29 to play from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
10 miles an hour over the speed limit. 15 over. 20 over. It just might put you 6 feet under.
A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
Wouldn't it be great if every time you bought a cup of Holiday coffee, you got credit toward a free cup? And wouldn't it be great if that worked on other stuff at Holiday too? Well, join the club, Holiday Rewards. It's so easy. Just enter your phone number at checkout and you're in the club. We'll track your purchases toward free fountain drinks, coffee, cookies, sandwiches, hot dogs, and more. So don't forget to enter your phone number at checkout to join the club. Holiday Rewards, here for you at Holiday. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
In the heartland, where ambition thrives, there are those who are made and those who are made for more. Just like the Gophers on game day, Kloss, a leading producer of ag equipment, unleashes the power of ambition in the field. Discover why our cutting-edge machinery and unwavering support aren't just a promise, they're a commitment to your success. Because at Kloss, we know you are made for more. Visit your Kloss dealer or CLAAS.com.
At CHS, we know what it takes to feed and fuel the world, to integrate a global ag and energy supply chain, to advocate for farmers in their fields and around the world, to build communities, invest in rural America, and empower rural economies. It takes courage, conviction, commitment. It takes the nation's leading farmer-owned cooperative. It takes a co-op. It takes CHS.
The fan favorite ticket and beverage deal returns to Gopher men's hockey at 3M Arena at Mariucci this season. Get your game ticket and first beverage in one convenient package. Available for every Friday night Big Ten matchup. Get yours now at gophersports.com.
Today's Duke's Mayo Bowl is presented by Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics.
Welcome back. Golden Gophers with the lead, 24-10. Virginia Tech, though, trying to get something going here. Likely four-down territory, down 14 with 9:29 to go in the football game. And a 3rd and 8. 2 receivers left. The quarterback now is Schlee. He is the better passer of the two. Tech had to burn a timeout right before this stoppage of play. And now Schlee with no one in the backfield but him. They've got a tight end to the right. That's the wide side of the field. And coming in motion is the running back. And Schlee on the keeper turns it up, and he gets a yard maybe. And now let's see what Virginia Tech wants to do down 14. A field goal still makes it a 2-possession game, but a touchdown and a field goal would tie it.
It's an interesting
and
call
a 2-point conversion.
for Virginia Tech to fake the handoff. I know Schlee's a little bit better runner than he appears to be, but it just seems like, but also maybe they probably knew they were going to go for it on 4th down.
They probably wanted more than 2. They are going to go for it. 4th and 6 here. Gophers by 14, under 9 to play. Schlee to throw. Blitz comes, throws on a crossing pattern. Incomplete. Great coverage. Kerry Brown. The receiver was Gosnell. And Kerry Brown, the redshirt freshman, continues to have a wonderful season for the Maroon and Gold. And they turn away the Hokies after they had 2 electric plays, both misdirections to set them up. And Minnesota's defense stiffens. And as you like to say, they bowed their neck at the right time.
Absolutely did. And I really, really do. I think just Kerry Brown is going to be a phenomenal defensive back for us going through the future. He has just showed me over the course of the season that he's in the right place at the right time, puts his shoulder pad and helmets, and he's just a very, very nice addition to that secondary besides Corey Parrish and the rest of them that'll be back next year.
Schlee is now 2 of 6, and the Gophers with a 14-point lead here in the Duke's Mayo Bowl get it at their own 17-yard line. 1st and 10. Brosmer on the night is 17 of 27, 191 and a touchdown. And now it looks like we have some confusion here as 2 late subs come in. And now the center judge comes in, and PJ has to take a timeout. There was, not sure what was happening there, but with 8:51 to go,
Timeout of the half.
they have to take a timeout. We just saw on the big screen here, they're filling, Daryl, that big jug of mayo, that Gatorade jug. They're dumping Duke's mayo, big containers in that. And
stirring it, they're getting it ready.
They're getting it ready. PJ Fleck is hoping. He told them if the Gophers win, you can double that dosage of dropping mayo on the winning coach's head. Gophers are up 14. They've got the ball with 8:51, so a lot of folks waiting to see if indeed that comes to fruition.
Could eat a nice 8-minute drive here.
Yeah, put this baby away. We have to take a break. Timeout on the field, 8:51 to go. Gophers by 14 from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
With the Golden Gophers, every touchdown is more than just a touchdown. It's a testament to the teamwork, elbow grease, and can-do attitude it takes to make it to the end zone. And while our fields aren't the kind you throw passes on, Case IH knows every successful farm is more than just a farm. It's the product of top-notch tillage, planting, harvesting, hay, and forage equipment at the hands of hard-working growers. Settle the score with superior tools by visiting your local Case IH dealer or go to caseih.com/Gophers. Go Gophers!
How much can you save when you shop Cub? Let's just say you might need a bigger cart. We've lowered prices so you save more. On Essential every day, it's easy to see the savings. Across the aisles, from pantry products to frozen foods to delicious dairy and more. Your family will love it, guaranteed, or your money back. Shop Cub and save today. My Cub, my way. See store for details.
Today's Duke's Mayo Bowl is presented by Cub. This is Gopher football from Learfield.
I've been told I'm made up, that dragons are nothing more than a myth. Unicorns and merpeople, too. Believe what you want about us. But your recycled items becoming new products is no myth. Recycled paper and cardboard get made into new cereal and cracker boxes at a paper mill in St. Paul. While recycled food cans are made into new products like wire and parts for cars and appliances. Recycling exists. Learn the real story behind recycling at recyclingexist.com.
Gopher fans, this is Mike Grimm. As a business owner, you understand the importance of protecting your reputation, workplace, employees, and financial assets. Our team is ready to help yours by creating a custom lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you stay at the top of your game. Contact your local Federated representative for more information. Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. Proud sponsor of Golden Gopher Athletics.
Welcome back, Minnesota 24, Virginia Tech 10. We're in Charlotte, 8:51 to go. Mike Grimm and Daryl Thompson with you. Justin Gard on the Gopher sideline. Dan Robotham is our engineer. David Jordan is our Gopher Radio Network producer. And Dan Fogelman, our spotter. Under center is Max Brosmer on 1st and 10 from the 17, spinning and handing off to Taylor. He's hit immediately and loses a couple. He was at 88. He'll go back to probably 85, a loss of 3. He's 15 short of 100. Spencer, the star player on the tackle for Virginia Tech. 8:30 to play. PJ Fleck going for his 6th straight bowl win. He'd be 6-0 if Minnesota holds on here at Minnesota. And overall, the Gophers would have 8 straight wins in bowl games, which would be the current longest active streak in college football.
That's very impressive.
Gophers have lost their last 2 games against ACC teams, both North Carolina this year and last year in non-conference regular season action. They beat Syracuse at Yankee Stadium 2 years ago in the Pinstripe Bowl. Hand off to Taylor. He's got a bit of a seam, works his way outside, and then a good pursuit from behind to tackle him after a gain of about 3. And it will bring up a 3rd and 9, clock winding, 7:50 to go. Spencer again in that pursuit to make the stop. 24-10 Gophers.
You know, we're kind of in a little bit of a running situation, and Virginia Tech has pretty much got the box loaded to try to prevent us from running the ball. It makes it really difficult when you got people in almost every gap, and the linebackers in that star position, like you're talking about, Mike, scraping downhill, filling the holes.
Spencer has 6 catches and 81 yards. Let's see if they go his way here on 3rd and 9. Brosmer with Taylor next to him, wide side to the right. In motion goes Bierman, the Tipton, Iowa native. Back to throw. Brosmer has some time, fires. It is intercepted at the 30-yard line. It was a high throw, and with the interception coming the other way is Lovett, and he gets to the 15, and a big, big turn of events. Hold the phone on Mayo on the head coach at this point. Gophers still up 14, but Virginia Tech is now set up in the red zone.
Yeah, one of the few things that you just did not want to happen. Doesn't happen very much. I think I mentioned it earlier. Maybe that was the jinx of the broadcaster only having 5 picks this season. That ball gets airmailed a little bit over Elijah Spencer's head, and it gets picked. And now Virginia Tech has the ball on the 15-yard line, with just down 14 with 7 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, Spencer was open too, so I think the decision was right to throw it to him. He just was off target, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it over the offensive lineman, so I mean it's kind of understandable. Maybe throw it a little bit too hard, but regardless, it's an interception.
Coney is the running back. Watson now back in at quarterback, and he wants to throw all day. Throws over the middle, and it's caught inside the 5, and a good grab down there. And with the catch is Green, who's had a big day. Kerry Brown on the coverage. Under 7 to go, 6:50 and counting, and they're trying to make this a 1-possession game. Watson, the quarterback, gets the snap, hands it off to Coney, and there is Parrish on the run blitz from his safety spot, and he submarines him back at the 5. It's a loss of 2, and it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Minnesota by 14, 6:30 to play.
Coy does a really nice job of getting his pad level down, actually in tackling. A lot of time it's not easy to make those tackles in the backfield, a lot of space, but low pad level brings him down for a small loss on that play.
Gophers would love to push him back even more. They have not brought pressure on the dropbacks here the last couple of last couple of attempts. Let's see what they do here. Wide to the left goes Jennings. He's covered by Bryan, and waiting for the snap is the quarterback Watson with Coney next to him. It's a hand, no, it's a play action. Rolling right is the quarterback Watson. He's hit and brought down. Fumble. And the ball popped out. It's still loose, and who's got it? Let's see. They are stacked up. Officials trying to unstack them. And still no signal. Gophers signaling Minnesota ball. nothing yet. They continue to unpile, and it looks like it is stoppage of play. Virginia Tech has the football coming up at the bottom of the pile, the running back Coney, but it's all the way back now at the 15-yard line.
And we talked about
Baranowski was the first man there, and then it was punched out by Henderson. And boy, Strigo had a golden opportunity to potentially get it. Somehow it ends up back in Coney's lap.
Coney did a nice job of pulling that ball back to his body in the bottom of that pile. This is certainly four-down territory for Virginia Tech.
Schlee back at quarterback.
Reverse.
They're going to run another reverse. This time it's bubbled by Strigo. Going right is Green, and he's chopped down. A loss of 1. Strigo made the play. Green, the carrier. Parrish gets credit for the tackle. They say Strigo made the play because he stayed home at the defensive end spot to make him retreat even further backwards that allowed the rest of the group to catch up on the misdirection.
Well, they have run multiple reverses, and they've tried to get the ball to the outside a lot, so it only makes sense for them to stay home in this situation. Great job by Danny Strigo there.
4th and goal from the 14. Gophers with 6 defensive backs. Watson now the quarterback as they've been juggling those guys. Gophers by 14. 4:35 to play. Watson wants to throw. Has time. Fires for the end zone. Intercepted. Zaquan Bryant at the 10. 15-20. He's got some room to the 30, and he's brought down from behind at the 33-yard line. And the Gopher defense has stepped up again. The tackle made by Jennings. And Minnesota up 14 will have the football at the 35-yard line.
Pop Watson with the really, really bad pass right there. He threw that ball directly to the defensive back on that play. It was a beautiful pass. It was to the wrong team on that play.
With that turnover, Federated Insurance donates $1,000 to Select Brothers Big Sisters agencies in Minnesota. Federated Insurance, where it's our business to protect yours. And another great play there by the Gopher defense, and it stays 24-10. The second half shutout stays intact for the Gopher defense.
Absolutely. Great job of the defense.
4:24 to play. Under center, Brosmer. The running back is Taylor. He's got the handoff, and he works his way behind a big surge and a gain of 8 on first down. In fact, 9 on first down, out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Spencer on the stop, and that pushes Taylor over 90 yards on the day. He, in fact, now needs 10 to get to 100. 4 minutes to play.
Nice job by the offensive line. Greg Johnson, Tyler Cooper, and Antoine Beers on the interior of that offensive line, doing a very nice job.
No question. 2nd and 1. They're winding clock. 10 to play on the snap clock. 3:40 to play in the game. Virginia Tech has 2 timeouts left. Minnesota by 14. Brockington goes in motion. Here's a handoff to Taylor. Stutter steps, tries to get outside, and has the first down across the 45 to the 47. That puts him over 100 on that carry now. 103, and he becomes the 3rd running back in Gopher history to have 2 bowl games with at least 100 yards rushing, to go along with Lawrence Maroney and Muhammad Ibrahim. And the Mayo Bath is coming. There's no doubt now, we think, about that. Let's go to Justin Gard on the sideline.
Guys, we know Corey Heatherman's a good defensive coordinator, but he was on it on that 4th down play, just from my observations. And you guys know I'm not a great football mind. I don't watch the All-22. Took me multiple years to figure out when they yelled Ringo, they were moving to the right. But on that 4th down, after the reverse, he had the personnel grouping immediately out there before Virginia Tech had even set up in their huddle, had even got to the line of scrimmage. And as the play clock is winding down, he is shading every defensive back, yelling at every defensive back to go back into the left, exactly where that ball was thrown, exactly where that ball was intercepted. He basically orchestrated that whole thing, from my perspective, just on the fly.
Outstanding work by Corey Heatherman, who told JG, or Mark Coyle told JG, Heatherman had multiple offers after year 1 here at Minnesota was so good to go to other places, and the Gophers stepped up and signed him to stick around.
You know what that means? That man watches a lot of film.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he watches. When you know that with the personnel package and what's going in there and what they're going to call, that means you have spent a lot of time in the film room and drinking a lot of coffee, eating a lot of pizza.
1st and 10 Gophers. Darius Taylor now at 104 on 17 carries, 6 yards a pop. He has a touchdown running and a touchdown throwing tonight. Handoff to Taylor, working right, just lowers the shoulder and gets what he can, a gain of 2. Virginia Tech will take a timeout here with 3:17 to play. Well, the clock continued to run. I think they'll add a little time. It's still running. They haven't stopped it yet. But they'll put it back up for sure. 24-10 Minnesota. Time for the events calendar, brought to you by M Health Fairview Pediatrics with over 60 locations across the Twin Cities. M Health Fairview Pediatrics offers care that goes the extra mile without having to drive one. Learn more at mhealthfairviewpeds.org. Go for hockey home tomorrow against Mercyhurst. Go for women's hockey home tomorrow against Penn State. Gymnastics on Sunday, and women's basketball home against Illinois on Sunday. JG will have that call along with Lynette Shoquist. 24-10 here. DT, do you want the you're just going to gobble up this mayo, aren't you? You're just going to eat it by the spoonful right out of the
no
Duke
question.
mayo
It'd be a
jar.
great post-game snack just to have that, and that would just be just ideal. I'd sleep like a rock on the plane.
Good and healthy. Hey, you don't get abs like these by eating peanut butter patties. I'm telling you that right now.
That's right, baby. You know about abs for steel. That's what you're at. Abs of steel.
Bad boys. Six-pack right there.
Yeah, there's a six-pack in there.
Second and 8 here for Minnesota. 24-10, 3:18 to play. Here's a handoff to Taylor, working his way right up the middle behind a good surge. Quinn Carroll and company. It's a gain of about 5. Burgos on the stop. Virginia Tech is out of timeouts. It'll bring up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 2. A couple of receivers coming in to sub out here. Martez Lewis, got to tip the cap to him. Started all of last year at right tackle, DT. Then started the opener and then ended up losing that job. Stayed with it. Didn't pout. Worked hard, got his chance here, and he has been a big part of this rushing attack that has rushed for 169 tonight.
Sure has, and with everything else that's going on, he might have just kind of got himself in a position going into next year in spring ball to be a primetime player again.
Here's a handoff to Taylor on 3rd and short. Hit in the backfield, and he did not make it. He needed about 1.5 yards, and he got about 1 yard. Minnesota will let this run down to the 2-minute warning, and then we'll have a decision to make. They can punt it and pin them deep up 14, or they can put the finishing touches on it if they get exactly 1 yard. It'll be 4th and 1 with a 2-minute warning come up. No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM Big Ten Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through the regular season and into the postseason. They've got your team covered everywhere you go. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/Big Ten Radio 2024. 2-minute warnings here. 24-10. Gophers the lead. 4th and 1 for Minnesota when we come back from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
The game against Iowa on September 21st recognized the 12th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day at Huntington Bank Stadium. Both the game broadcast and the presentation inside the stadium celebrated the tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. Gopher fans, we can all be proud of the continued efforts, results, and talented people that work in these industries to provide a sustainable food supply with so many changing variables. The Gophers would like to thank the presenting sponsors of this event: CHS, Compeer Financial, Undeniably Dairy, and Bex.
At CHS, we know what it takes to feed and fuel the world, to integrate a global ag and energy supply chain, to advocate for farmers in their fields and around the world, to build communities, invest in rural America, and empower rural economies. It takes courage, conviction, commitment. It takes the nation's leading farmer-owned cooperative. It takes a co-op. It takes CHS.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Take a playcation to Mystic Lake. With 24/7 gaming, the good times never have to end. And you can satisfy your cravings at our restaurants and bars. Or relax in one of our luxurious hotel rooms. Those that play together, stay together. And don't forget to join Club M, so you can spark new memories and bask in the rewards along the way. Follow the lights to Mystic Lake, where every day is play day.
The fan favorite ticket and beverage deal returns to Gopher men's hockey at 3M Arena at Mariucci this season. Get your game ticket and first beverage in one convenient package. Available for every Friday night Big Ten matchup. Get yours now at gophersports.com.
To go for it here at 4th down.
2 minutes to go. 4th and a yard, and the offense stays on the field. 24-10, Minnesota the lead. You can look at it both ways here, DT. A punt, like one way you can lose up 14 is giving up the ball at this kind of field position and have them score quick and on all that stuff. Or you can put it away. You get a yard here, you kneel, and the ball game's over in 2 snaps. So I like this. Let's go for it, get the yard, and head home.
I agree 100%. And if they do get it, they do got to score 2 touchdowns to tie the game.
Yeah, dump the Mayo on the head coach's head. They quickly go up. They've got the tush-push look here with Brosmer under center. They snap it to him. He drops back and throws ahead for Gears, who's got it. He caught it at the 25, a leaping grab, and tumbles at the 23. What a play, and it was in traffic. That was a hard catch. He went up and got it.
Absolutely a tremendous catch. Actually, a great play call. Good to see a little bit more creativity on the 4th down and 1 to just toss that bad boy up in the air like that and allow your big tight end to go up and be a big tight end. Bring that ball down and lock up and secure the game.
Hugs all around on the sideline. PJ Fleck going up and down the sideline, giving hugs to anyone who's within hug reach. There's another one, an embrace. He wants to give the high five to Jalen Logan Redding, and the Gophers will just have to kneel on it a couple of times here. 2 to snap it with 1:15 to go, and there's the first kneel down, and that should take it down to under 40 seconds in Minnesota. You can hear the fans in the background, and that Mayo bath is coming for the head coach. JG will document and chronicle that for us, as well as getting some player interviews, and the Golden Gopher head coach will talk to him as well. Question is, will they talk to him? Will JG talk to him before or after he gets the Mayo shower? The Gopher faithful with their familiar chant about the rivals to the south here in Charlotte. Under 40 to snap now, and one more kneel down is all it'll take. Brosmer waits, and that's it. Kneel down, 30 seconds to go. Max Brosmer got here a year ago, and he played one season, but that will be a memorable season for the Golden Gophers. They have won 8 straight bowl games. PJ Fleck is now 6-0 in bowl games, and the Gophers get the win 24-10. They finished the season 8-5 on the year. Next up, spring ball, and then Thursday night, August 28th, Buffalo comes to Minneapolis.
Wow, that does seem like a ways away, but it was a great season. Just thinking about Max Brosmer, I think it's worth spending just a little bit of time on him.
Yeah.
The time and the energy. I think he really left a footprint and a blueprint for the way a quarterback should practice, the way a quarterback should play, the way a quarterback should prepare to get ready for the game. He is a true student.
Yeah.
More than a student. I mean, he's a student, he's a pupil, he's a coach, he's a tutor, he's an intern. He takes his football extremely seriously.
He's a player.
It's been fun.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. He's a player. He's a dude. He's one of those guys, and it's been really, really fun watching him over the course of the year. And it wasn't much progress. I mean, he started out like okay and just got better and better, and I just gained confidence in him every single game.
100%. I couldn't agree more. And here's the thing. If Drake Lindsey turns out to be the guy that many of Gopher coaches and fans think he is, Brosmer will get some credit for that too, bringing him